scoreboard end zone outside the fence. Thank you.
Good catch. Let me see here.
This broadcast will begin in 5 minutes. This broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. This broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. This broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. This broadcast will begin in 1 minute. This broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
He's going to take it himself for a championship.
A double play wins it. Turn it to the end zone. What a catch. The Cotton touchdown. Volusia wins it. The championship.
This broadcast is a production of the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Test. It's the regular season finale of the Tri-County South, and playoff storylines are front and center as the Bentworth Bearcats host the Avella Eagles tonight. Good evening from Bentworth Stadium in Ellsworth, Pennsylvania, and welcome to high school football on the WJPA Sports Network. I'm Andy Stanko, joined by Bill Duquette, with Jason Tennant producing, Dacia Skolnekovich, and Chris Fox on the cameras. Bentworth, that's 7-2 overall and 5-1 in the conference, has already clinched another WPIL Class 1A playoff berth. A win tonight guarantees at least a second-place finish in the Tri-County South, depending on what happens between California and Jefferson, Morgan. The Bearcats could grab a share, if not be a tiebreaker of the outright championship in the TCS tonight. Bearcats are powered by senior running back Ben Hayes, who shattered the school's career rushing record and is up over 1,600 yards and 34 touchdowns this season, and by a defense barely allowing a touchdown per game. Across the field, the Avella Eagles are chasing their first postseason trip since 2020 and their first winning season in more than a decade. It's already been clinched at 6-3, and they are right on that Class 1A wildcard bubble, led by junior quarterback Chaz Rush and senior playmakers Bryce Wright and Noah Kimberlin. Two programs on the rise, one final chance to make a statement before playoffs. It is Avella and Bentworth coming up next on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by the CNX Foundation. WJPA Sports Network, presented by the Washington County College Center, operated by the Community College of Beaver County. Quality Quick Printing, your Team Spirit printing headquarters since 1978. Online at qualquick.com. Washington Financial Bank is proud to be the bank that gets you. Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation and Advanced Surgical Hospital. Mariscotti Insurance Agency and Mariscotti Funeral Home in California, proud to support students and families throughout the area. Attorney John Patricic, nearly 30 years of experience, giving your case the attention it deserves. Slovenian Savings and Loan, big enough to serve, small enough to care. CNX Dreamfields, making your dream field come true. Alex Paris Contracting, a commitment to quality and service exceeding expectations. Day Insurance Agency on East Main Street, Washington on Main Street, Hickory. OnlineDayInsurance.com, celebrating more than half a century of service. Bell Print and Stitch, digital print, embroidery, design, and fundraising. Bell Print and Stitch in Bentleyville and on Facebook. Washington Community Health Services, take the first step towards a healthier life. Call 724-228-1234. And First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County, people you know, people you can trust. We'll be back in a moment on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Brian is escorted by Brian Matthews Sr. and Tina
Start
Dean.
strong and stay local. CCBC's Washington County College Center gives you the edge to get ahead. High school students can learn to fly before they drive with our Aviation Academy. If helping others is what you do, let us help you. Advance from LPN to RN and open new doors in your healthcare career. Or get ahead in college by earning general education credits. No matter your path, we're here to help you move forward. Learn more at ccbcwashington.com.
Since 1978, Quality Quick Printing has been a single source for all your business, organization, and corporate printing needs. A full-service digital document solution center, high-speed digital copying, large format, design and finishing, direct mail services, and so much more. Call their print solutions specialists to help with your next project. 724-225-9427 or visit qualquick.com.
You deserve a bank that drives your business. One that's with you for the long haul and knows how to keep your business rolling. At Washington Financial, we pride ourselves on delivering customized solutions, ones that are built for the unique journey your business is on. Go with the bank that gets you. Washington Financial Bank.
Back at Bentworth, and taking a quick look at the stakes here tonight. Andy Stenko, Bill Duquette alongside. Looking at Bentworth, a win tonight guarantees at least a second-place finish, depending on the result of tonight's California and Jefferson Morgan game. California wins, that means Bentworth finishes second, no matter what, because Bentworth has a head-to-head win over Jefferson Morgan. Jefferson Morgan wins, Bentworth finishes in a three-way tie for the conference title at 6-1, and with just 2 points, Bentworth would come away. A 2-point victory tonight, Bentworth would come away. So an interesting dynamic for Bentworth here tonight. Scoreboard watching in one sense, but also it's very clear they still need to take care of business. Looking at Bentworth's WPIAL history, the Bearcats are making their third appearance in the last 10 years. The last and only WPIAL win came in 2005, 35-34 over Mapletown in overtime. On the flip side, Avella is a 1A WPIAL wildcard candidate with 6 wins. They cannot catch Bentworth at 5-1 in the conference or Jefferson Morgan at 5-1. Avella's 6 wins are the most for the Eagles since the 2012 and 2013 seasons. Avella has not had a 7-win season in the 21st century. Now, I believe we're in our second year of this format where the committee determines the final 4 seeds here in Class 1A. The top 3 teams in each class, in each section, get an automatic spot in the 16-team bracket, whereas Avella is right on the cutting room floor. Now, last year, Carmichael's was on that spot. Well, it was a 3-way tie. Carmichael's, West Green, among others. And Carmichael's was left home. So, Bill, we've got 2 teams here tonight. Bentworth that's playing for a section title, and Avella looking to make a good impression on the committee.
Well, they also the wild card factor is that you got a couple seniors on both teams that are playing their last football game, and they always, whenever that happens, you're always playing a little bit harder because the percentage of players that go on from college to high school to college is astronomically low. You're talking 2%, 3%. So they're going to remember this game. They're going to play as hard as they can. But certainly Avella has a tough road to hoe because they're playing a very, very good Bentworth football team with a good player that's made an impact for the season.
Yeah, this is a Bentworth team with 27 players on its roster. Avella with 21 players on this roster. Welcome to 1A football right in Western Pennsylvania. Many of these players will not end up taking that next step. Some of them will. And for a lot of them, this is the last regular season game. Some senior-heavy teams. Avella, 15 starters back from last year, 8 seniors. A good number of seniors here, including Ben Hayes, the WPIL's leading rusher. 7 seniors for Bentworth. So 15 seniors in a game with 48 players across both rosters. So it is going to be a treat here tonight. Both teams are dying for a win, though. We went over the stakes, and I know Avella. You hear the chatter, you read the chatter. Some writers in the region. Avella, it's a nice story. They're at 6 wins, they could be in. Other people I've seen projections, it's without the Eagles. Other people I've seen projections. Let's see if they give Bentworth a game, and that's a very interesting situation.
Well, that's why you play the football game, to find out. And I think that. Everyone would say that based on scores, if you're comparing the scores, okay, there's an obvious favorite, in the football game. But I've seen too many football games that turn around pretty quick based on who's healthy, during the course of the football game, and how well the other team executes. So you got to play the football game, and it's going to be an interesting scenario to see if Avella can come out of the gates, number one, and to see if they can prevent the big play, which hurt them last week against Jefferson Morgan.
Yep, fool you. A 1-point loss to California, a football game that they were winning 7-0 late into the fourth quarter, and then a 3-point loss to Burgettstown in a wild game in which, quite frankly, there were quite a few turnovers that did not go Bentworth's way, and then a couple of fourth down stops gave Burgettstown the win over Bentworth. So Bentworth is 4 points shy of, 6 points shy of a 9-0 record and coming into this game chasing a top 4 seed. And now they're scoreboard watching in terms of winning the section. So those are the stakes here tonight. We will step aside and be back with our Coach's Corner on the WJPA Sports Network presented by the CNX Foundation.
Greene County lost a coaching legend as Butch Brunell passed away this past Sunday. Coach Brunell started his track and field coaching career at Waynesburg in 1968 and continued for 57 years and vaulters to 6 state championships, including 2-time state champion Jocelyn Lindsay. He coached another 12 state place winners, 18 WPIL champions, and 32 WPIL place winners. By his wife Jan, son Jeremy, daughter-in-law Leanne, and grandsons Jackson and Tanner. His contributions to the Waynesburg community as an educator, mentor, and coach cannot be overstated, and he'll be sorely missed by all who knew him. Butch Brunell was 81.
And in life, accidents. Doctors at Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation specialize in orthopedic surgery, joint replacement, foot and ankle reconstruction, hand and upper surgery, medicine and rehabilitation, services. With main offices in Park and offices in Waynesburg, Charleroi, McMurray, and on Vanadium Road near St. Clair Hospital, you can count on advanced orthopedics and rehabilitation.
The Mariscotti Insurance Agency and the Mariscotti Funeral Home in California are proud to support students and families throughout the area. The Mariscotti family provides honest service with a commitment to excellence to families and businesses in Washington, Greene, and Fayette counties. For nearly 50 years, the Mariscotti family has served the community, and they look forward to the next 50 years. The Mariscotti Insurance Agency on 3rd Street and the Mariscotti Funeral Home on 4th Street, supporting the Bearcats, Bulldogs, Falcons, and Trojans.
Hi, this is Attorney John Patricic, and I've been your hometown attorney for nearly 30 years. Whether it be family law, the preparation of wills and powers of attorney, or the administration of an estate, I'm ready to assist you. I also represent clients on real estate matters including oil and gas, local government issues, contract disputes, and civil litigation including personal injury. If you're looking for an experienced attorney, I have offices in Bentleyville and Washington. Call 724-239-2330 for a free consultation.
Back on the WJPA Sports Network, Coach's Corner here in the pregame. Ryan Cicchini with Avella. Coach, a 6-win season for your team, a senior-heavy team. You know, what's been the state of kind of this season coming in here to the regular season finale?
This team is really a team. That's what it came down to. We kind of came together over the summer and in the preseason, and they really they play for each other, they play with each other, and that really translated into some wins for us this year.
A 6-win season for you guys, looking to potentially return to the postseason. How important is tonight's performance, especially with the way that the committee works, in terms of making a nice impression going into that selection process?
I think it's extremely important. We definitely want to put on a good performance here tonight. We're a little banged up, but we're suiting up some guys. It's all hands on deck tonight, whatever we got to do.
Obviously, Bentworth. Ben Hayes is the story for every team going up against him. What have you seen from him so far this season, and how are you guys going to try to slow him down?
He's the total package. Great speed, great vision, excellent cutting ability, agility off the charts. It's going to be a real challenge to stop a guy like that. We're going to dedicate just about all our resources to stopping him. Definitely going to be watching him wherever he goes on the field.
And then speaking with you today and speaking with Dave already, these are I get the feeling that you've really enjoyed this team this season. Can you just speak to this group of guys and this year that you've had?
Yeah, a lot of times you have teams that have different factions on the team, or some guys don't get along. This team, I can honestly say they all get along. They all, they're always hanging out together, and that makes a huge difference. And I think that's why we really came together. This team's been very enjoyable to me to coach.
Thanks, Coach. With that, we'll take a break. This is the WJPA Sports Network presented by the CNX Foundation.
Slovenian Savings and Loan is here for your life, your future, and your dreams. While life's pace seems to get faster and faster, Slovenian Savings and Loan still stands by its traditional values of honesty, integrity, and building personal relationships. Enjoy all modern conveniences to make banking easy, combined with a down-to-earth, face-to-face way of doing business. Slovenian Savings and Loan on Boone Avenue in Strabane. Big enough to serve, small enough to care. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
My Dream Field has a scoreboard with a giant TV.
My Dream Field has dugouts for our mascot to dance on.
My Dream Field has lights to play at night. And a duck pond.
CNX is making dream fields come true by donating millions of dollars throughout Appalachia. Nominate your field at cnx.com/dreamfields.
Alex Paris Contracting has been in business since 1928. They're in the heart of the Marcellus Shale on Route 18 in Atlasburg. Call Alex Paris for any contracting job, sewer, water, civil, or any oil and gas project. With over 600 pieces of heavy equipment, over 400 employees, all support equipment, and separate environmental company, they'll adapt and complete any project. Call Alex Paris Contracting, 724-947-2235. Learn more at alexparis.com.
Back here from Bentworth, Coach's Corner with head coach David Portash. Coach, you guys are in a position to play for potentially a conference championship tonight, depending on results around the league. Coming into the season, is this what you expected or were hoping for?
Oh, yes. Yeah. I told everybody we expect to be in the top three and make a run for the conference. Now, I kept us humble and didn't say a lot to the kids, but I knew potentially we had a chance at coming in first or second, and that's where we're going to end up, first or second. We just hope Jeff Morgan has a good game tonight, and we have a good game, and we're first place.
Talking earlier in the week, 27 guys on the roster. It sounds like you've really enjoyed this particular group that's been especially bought in. What's it been like to go through this year with this particular group?
Oh, it's great. I mean, this is my third year with these guys. They committed. I mean, in June we had probably 20 kids showing to lifting every 3 days a week. And then in the summer, it bumped up a little bit more. And then a week before camp, we had 27 kids bought in. We had 30 kids bought in and 2 kids transferred out and whatever. But it's been great. They worked hard in the offseason. Ben Hayes worked hard offseason. He put on 20 pounds. Ty Watson put on 20 pounds in the offseason. So we're committed. They were committed. They bought into the program. Like I said a long time ago, attitude and accountability is our 2 big pillars, and everybody seems to buy into it. So we're doing good.
Well, you brought him up. Everyone in the Whitfield knows about Ben Hayes. What are you looking for out of him tonight?
It's a normal game for Ben. Ben wants to win, right? Ben doesn't care about stats, and we don't care about stats. We want Ben to win. Now, Ben gets the stats and be able to get the rushing title, so be it. He should have the scoring title locked up pretty well. But it's the rushing title, and if we could run him a little more, maybe we will. But, again, don't want to take that chance. We have a playoff game next week. So
now, here we are at the end of the season. You guys, one of the best defenses in the class. What's really been the key, and how do you look to slow down this wing T offense that Avella has?
Our defense ends are tough. We got some really good defense ends. Our 2 down tackles are really big. One's a sophomore and one's a junior. And we got 2 great linebackers, Preston Jaquay and Braden Taggart. So I think, and we shut it down pretty good last year. I think we won 40-0 last year. The year before that, they put it to us with that wing T. And we studied a lot in the offseason, knowing we'd have to play them again. And so we did a lot of studying this year. I think we should be okay.
Thank you, Coach. We'll take a break. This is the WJPA Sports Network presented by the CNX Foundation.
Radio and TV today are cluttered with ads for car insurance. You might find these ads clever, funny, or even annoying. Hi, I'm Scott Day from the Day Insurance Agency. We like to keep things simple. We will give you the best possible coverage at the best possible price with great hometown service without all those gimmicks. Call us to get a free no-obligation quote with Erie Insurance. You might be surprised how much you can save. That's the Day Insurance Agency, 724-228-3448, or online at dayinsurance.com.
Get your name out there with Bell Print and Stitch in Bentleyville. Whether it's your business, your school, your team, whatever group or organization, Bell Print and Stitch does digital printing, including banners and vehicle graphics. They'll put your logo on anything with embroidery, heat press vinyl, or screen printing, all at competitive prices. Need an online fundraising spirit store? Call 724-207-3408. Bell Print and Stitch on Main Street in Bentleyville. See more on Facebook.
And we're back from Bentworth, just about 10 minutes away from the start of this contest here. Taking a look at the wild card picture. As for Bentworth, it's very simple. Win by at least 2 points and get a Jefferson Morgan win over California, and you are section or Tri-County South Conference champions. Otherwise, a California win would put Bentworth into second place in the conference standings. Looking at the seeds last year, Jefferson Morgan got the 6 seed. Runner-up California got the 10 seed. JM lost to Southside 39-30. Southside's pretty good again this year, the number 5 team in the Trib HSSN rankings. Tri-County South runner-up California was the only winner last year in the playoffs with a win at number 7 Laurel before falling to Clairton in the semifinals. Wildcard picture, Avella's in the mix. Cornell and Monessen play tonight, as both teams are 5-4 in the Black Hills Conference. The winner should feel safe in as a wildcard team. The loser could still get in at 5-5. Frazier at 5-4 out of the Eastern Conference has wins over Greensburg Central Catholic and Riverview, who are also 5-4. They're playing winless Springdale tonight. Meanwhile, Riverview is playing Jeanette, and GCC is taking on Leechburg, which are both top half teams in that conference. So Frazier with a win is likely in safely. Best any non-qualifiers can do out of the Big 7 is 4 wins if Shenango wins at Summit Academy. That is tomorrow. Avella is on the radar out of the Tri-County South. So the projections I've seen, Cornell and Monessen, the winner is safe. Fraser, if they win, are safe. Cornell and Monessen loser, Shenango and Avella are the 3 teams for the last 2 spots. And Avella, depending on his performance tonight, can leave a good impression or a not so good impression. Of course, conference champions are guaranteed a top 8 seed and a first-round home game. 1A still has a 16-team bracket with 3 automatic qualifiers from each conference and a bunch of at-large teams. Elsewhere in the Tri-County South tonight, California is at Jefferson Morgan. Obviously, our friends over at greensports.net are handling that game. Mapletown is at Carmichael's. West Green is at Beth Center. California leads the way at 6-0 in the TCS, followed by JM and Bentworth at 5-1. Avella is 3-3. Carmichael's 2-4. Beth Center 2-4. West Green and Mapletown at 0-6. We'll take one last break, and we'll be back to break things down before the start of this one on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by the CNX Foundation.
Friday Night Lights brings our communities together, but too many families in Washington County are being torn apart by opioid addiction. I'm County Commissioner Nick Sherman, and I want you to know you're not alone. Help is here. If you or someone you love is struggling, call 724-28-1234. Together we can fight addiction and build a strong future for Washington County. 724-228-1234.
Don't fall behind on your home improvement projects. Let First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County help you with the heavy lifting before winter. First Federal gives you all the tools you need with FHA Title I home improvement, home equity, construction, and owner-builder loans. With offices in Washington, Greene, and Fayette counties, your loan stays here. Apply in person or anytime online at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 458729.
It's senior day here at Bentworth as the Bearcats are hoping for a conference championship. This could be the season. Bentworth won all-time WPIAL postseason history, that coming in 2005. On the team were even alive, a 35-34 win over Mapletown in overtime. An 8-win season would be remarkable. The last 8-win season for Bentworth, talking to head coach David Pordash, 1986. I wasn't even around for that one. So plenty to play for here tonight, right?
Well, you know, I unfortunately I was. I had just moved to W&J in '82, so you know, I think Ron Skiles was the coach at Bentworth, and he had a bunch of kids that were real good, and we reaped the benefits of a couple of them over the years. Dave Kahn was an all-conference secondary player for us, and a guy by the name of Chris Babrad, who was a heck of a football player. And
from this year's edition, of course, is Ben Hayes. Exactly 1,644 yards, 34 touchdowns, has a real shot to lead the entire WPIAL in both categories this regular season, at the very least. He broke Bentworth's career rushing record already this season, averaging over 10 yards a carry. As you heard from head coach Dave Pordash in the pregame, he put on 20 pounds of muscle. I read this week he visited Cal U, or Penn West, California, should I say, recently. But he's not really been on the radar recruiting-wise, although he's got a real chance to lead the WPIAL in rushing. Now, looking at Bentworth, the way that this team runs its offense, they've run the ball almost 250 times this season, and they've thrown it fewer than 50 times this season. So you're going to see Bentworth run the football with number 22, wherever he lines up.
Well, following line of running backs at Bentworth, you know, when they were really good. I mentioned Babrad, but there was also a kid by the name of Tommy Lapsevic that was a really good running back as well. So he's filled those shoes admirably and made his dad proud, and his dad was an all-conference player at W&J.
Bentworth's outscored opponents this season 315-60. That's an average of 35-7 over their first 9 games of the season. 3 shutout wins, all 7 wins by at least 3 scores. A loss to Burgettstown by 3 points, a loss to California by a single point. Bentworth's currently riding a 5-game winning streak, outscoring opponents 196-26, scoring 35-plus in every win and allowing 13 points or fewer in every game with 2 shutouts.
One of the things that they were have really improved on early in the season, I was fortunate enough to see the Burgettstown Bentworth game at the beginning of the year, and they turned the ball over quite a bit.
5 times in that game.
And in the early part of the season, they had a tendency to let the ball on the ground. They have not done that. That's like giving them the kiss of death. They have not done that over the course of the last 7 games. They might have thrown an interception or put the ball on the ground once, but they have not had games where they put the ball on the ground multiple times, which has really helped them possess the football and give their offense a chance, because the more you give Ben Hayes the ball, the better he gets.
Yeah, talking to head coach Dave Portash about that Burgettstown game, Burgettstown really loaded up the box, and that's something that Bentworth's offense has gotten better and better with dealing with so far this season, whether that's throwing it with quarterback Ty Watson or finding ways to get Hayes through a heavy box.
Well, one of the things they've done is they've loosened their formations a little bit to take people out of the box, which gives a 3-man side or a 4-man side to either a tight end or a slot or twins or trips, and it really loosens up that corner. And Hayes, once he gets on the corner,
he doesn't need much.
Can cut it back pretty well.
He doesn't need much. And it will be Bentworth kicking off to Avella. Bentworth left to right here from Bentworth's Stadium. Back to receive the kickoff for Avella is Bryce Wright. Wright's back there. I see Noah Kimberlin back there. On the far side, I believe that's Gage Samuel. And booting it away is Caden Hackinson. Angled right, fielded by Kimberland inside of his own 20. And he's bringing it up across the 30 and is dragged down at the 31-yard line. So Avella and its triple option attack will take over. 11:55 to go in the first quarter. 1st and 10 from the Avella 31-yard line.
Ball fielded about the 20-yard line. He just brought it right up to near numbers, hit by 2 yellow jerseys, and they were going to mark the ball at the 31-yard line. Avella going right to left as we look at him.
Chaz Rush, the quarterback for Avella, didn't play in the second half last week in the loss to Jefferson Morgan. And they'll start out of the shotgun. 2 backs, 2 receivers to the near side of the field. Man in motion to the right is Day. The handoff is to Kimberland. And he is dropped in the backfield. Ball squirted out late, but nothing doing. It's a loss there of a couple yards in the play for Kimberland.
Gavin Haynes, 6'4", 223-pound sophomore for Bentworth, was basically in the backfield when the handoff was made.
Yeah, 2nd and 14 due up here for Avella. And talking to Dave Portash about this defense, going into the season, reading in the newspaper, 4-2-5 their alignment, and they get away with that by having extremely athletic ends and big and strong interior defensive linemen for this level. And a whistle and a timeout. 11:09 to go. And with that, we will take a break here as well on the WGAPA Sports Network, presented by the CNX Foundation.
Start strong and stay local. CCBC's Washington County College Center gives you the edge to get ahead. High school students can learn to fly before they drive with our Aviation Academy. If helping others is what you do, let us help you. Advance from LPN to RN and open new doors in your healthcare career. Or get ahead in college by earning general education credits. No matter your path, we're here to help you move forward. Learn more at ccbcwashington.com.
Back from Bentworth. 11:09 to go, first quarter. 2nd and 14 due up for the Avella Eagles on the Avella 27.
Not sure what the timeout was, other than the fact that they just, were a little bit unsure of what the call was. That timeout came from the bench, and we're going to see what they were talking about.
Shotgun, a back to either side of Chaz Rush. 2 receivers to the right for Avella. Low snap Rush able to just pick it off the turf, and he gets flattened immediately after that, so they're going backwards again. It's a loss on the play to bring up 3rd and long.
One of the problems that Avella had last week against Jefferson Morgan was the snap from center. They had a couple over the quarterback's head, and more than a couple that skipped back to the quarterback. And whenever you have to search around on the ground for the ball, you don't have an opportunity to hand it off or look down the field to throw it. 3rd down.
3rd and 17 for Avella inside of its own 20-yard line, or snapping to inside of its own 20-yard line. Pass right in the air, just past the outstretched arms of Bryce Wright near the first down marker, and it's going to be a 3-and-out for the Eagles to get this one started.
That ball was bounced back to the quarterback again. He was able to pick it up and get rid of it, but off target to the far side, a little takeoff route down the far sideline, and not a good start for Avella. 4th and a mile, and they're in punting situation.
So here is Bryce Wright to do the punting. Ben Hayes to return, standing on the midfield logo. Wright has to dip down to get it. The punt is blocked and pounced right on top of by Bentworth. And it's going to be taken over inside the 20-yard line.
I didn't get who actually blocked the punt. It was blocked right in the middle of the telephone pole that is in the side of the stands that we're at. We are outside at Bentworth, not in the press box, so we're dealing with a couple logistics. 1st down.
Yeah, 1st and 10
Brentwood
for Bentworth on the Avella 16-yard line. And it will be Ben Hayes to receive a direct snap. 5 eligible receivers spread out. It's just Hayes in the backfield. Takes it right up the middle, and he's met quickly and tackled by Cody Day for a gain of only about 1 or 2 yards.
Day came right off the outside as an edge rusher. 6'3", 175-pound senior. Not listed with a position, just listed as an athlete. So he can play a couple different positions, my guess is, and I'm not sure he's not the only one on any of these teams that could play a couple different positions.
A couple different positions, a couple of different uniform numbers, depending on those positions.
That's right.
For this Avella team, that'll bring up 2nd and 10, no gain on that 1st down carry.
Hayes really did not have a chance when he got the football to take it anywhere.
And under center, a handoff to the left. It's Bryce Crowson. And Crowson, pardon me. And he'll get to the 11. Gain of about 5 or 6.
Little full house backfield that time. Crowson taking the ball off the left side. Little off tackle power play, and picks up a couple yards, bringing up about a 3rd and 6.
And so it was Ty Watson, the typical quarterback for Bentworth, under center there. And we were tipped off by Dave Pordash to expect some direct snaps to Hayes. As we saw in the first snap, it's Watson under center once again. 3 backs in the backfield, fakes one, gives to Crowson. Got some room to the left, to the goal line, touchdown. And it is a 12-yard touchdown run by Bryce Crowson.
Again, Crowson off the left side. Little fake up inside, kept the linebackers inside, and Crowson takes it off left tackle, breaks it outside, and gets it in the end zone for 6 points. 8:50 left in the first period, 6-0.
And for Bentworth, that's the start you're looking for. A 3-and-out, blocked punt. 3 plays later, you're in the end zone.
And Ben Hayes hasn't touched the ball yet.
And Hackinson up and good. 7-0. And we'll take a break here on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by the CNX Foundation.
Whether in the stands or watching from home, show your team spirit with custom printing from Quality Quick. They are your local partner for vinyl banners, fan apparel, and yard signs to help celebrate your home team. Quality Quick has been a proud print supplier for local schools and boosters in the community since 1978. Don't just watch the game, be part of it. Call 724-225-9427 or visit qualquick.com.
You deserve a bank that lifts up your business, that shares your spirits, and your taste for success. At Washington Financial, we pride ourselves on crafting solutions that are as one of a kind as your business is. Go with the bank that gets you. Washington Financial Bank.
Back at Bentworth, 7-0. The Bearcats over Avella, 8:50 to go first quarter. 12-yard touchdown run by Bryce Croson. And here is Bentworth to send this kickoff away with Caden Hackinson. Kickoff skips past Gage Samuel. Picked up there by Wright. And he is pushed out of bounds just shy of the 25.
Ball was kicked to the near sideline, up in the air, kind of got underneath the football a little bit on the kickoff. The ball bounced on the 25, not fielded, bounced to the 20. Picked up and brought back to, I think they're going to mark it on the 23-yard line.
Yeah, you see some of the new kickoff rules in the NFL. That's getting more and more in vogue to try to skip it in, if you will, and make it hard to field. And here we go, back to a wing T formation. 2 wings, 1 fullback. Wing on the left in motion. It's a toss to Wright. And Wright able to get past the line of scrimmage up across the 25 to the 26 for about a 3-yard gain.
Lined up in a double wing set that time, brought Wright in motion to the far side, tossed him the football, ran a toss sweep off the right side. Picks up about 3.
Yeah, Bill, I'm glad you're here because I was reading before the game about guards and traps and counters and bellies.
Don't read, just watch.
Yeah, I'll let you take care of all that fun stuff. 2 wings and a fullback. Receiver split out to the near side here. Inside give up the middle to the fullback. Not much doing there as we've got yellow jerseys all over the ball carrier. The fullback there is Davis, who carried the ball.
In the true wing T, that would be a little buck sweep action. The fullback steps up inside, somewhat similar to what Bentworth did on the touchdown. Keep the linebackers inside. That time they gave it to the fullback, hoping the linebackers would run, and picked up about a yard.
Yeah, third and 6 for Avella on the 26-yard line. 7:34 to go first quarter, 7-0 Bentworth. The give again is to Wright, and he's bottled up, and he's dropped for a loss, as a matter of fact.
They ran a fullback up inside that time. Wright came in motion. They handed the ball to him after the fake, and again, trying to run on that right side. Stop for a loss. Brings up 4th down in a punting situation.
4th and 8. Wright is the punter for Avella. Again, Ben Hayes standing back right around the midfield logo. Avella punts from its own 25-yard line. Wright gets this one off this time. Solid enough punt, and it will go approximately to the Bentworth 45.
Kicked that ball directly out of bounds, not giving Hayes a chance to return the football at all. We're going to see where they're going to mark it.
Yeah, I saw Bentworth earlier this season at Carmichael's, and Hayes was on the cusp of breaking Bentworth's career rushing mark. And funny enough, he cannibalized his own rushing yards by having a lengthy punt return or 2. He then went on to run for 3 or 4 touchdowns in that game. But they find ways to get the ball in his hands.
Well, placed the ball on the 45-yard line, far hash mark.
7-0 Bentworth over Avella. 1st and 10 for the Bearcats, 6:46 to go first quarter. And it's another Wildcat formation here. Oh, no, it is Watson under center. Gives to Hayes, and again, Hayes is dragged down by Day, as well as another tackler.
Hayes met right at the line of scrimmage, trying to come off tackle to the near side.
Give him 1 yard, 2nd and 9 due up here for Bentworth.
Had to break it off before he got to the tackle box and try to run it up over the guard. Had white jerseys outside of him, and good pursuit, good job that time by the left side of the defensive line for Avella.
It's an interesting spot here for Coach Dave Portash and this Bentworth team. You've got a guy who's in the midst of a rushing title, a team that's absolutely playing next week in the playoffs. We'll see how much they use him today. Watson under center gives, again, right up the middle. It is the fullback, Preston Jaquay, and he'll pick up about 5.
Just a straight handoff that time to Jaquay going up the right side, but really kind of broke it back against the grain a little bit. Picks up a couple yards. Brings up 3rd down and manageable, about 3rd and 4.
From the Bentworth 48, 7-0 Bentworth, 5.5 to go in this first quarter. We've seen, and they'll use a fullback. They'll have 2 backs back there. Hayes has carried the ball. Croson's carried the ball. Jaquay's carried the ball. Each of them have toted it early on here. Watson under center, 2 backs behind him, a man in motion, that's Ayers. Toss back to Ayers, and he's going to be wrapped up right around midfield. So, as a matter of fact, it's a loss of 2 yards. And Avella
toss
bring up
sweep,
a 4th down.
Toss sweep that time to the far side. Never really liked the toss sweep into the split end side, especially in a 5-man front. That edge rusher never backed away from the line of scrimmage. He just came untouched up on the outside and really turned the ball inside. And he got help from his linebackers.
All right, it's 4th down, a step inside the Avella side of midfield. Bentworth's going for it here on 4th and 4. 2 backs in the backfield. It's a pitch out to Hayes. Got to make something happen. White jerseys all around him, and he is dropped for a loss. Avella swarms him. Sawyer Kramer, the senior linebacker, the one to drop him for a loss.
Well, they said they were going to put all eyes on Hayes, and that time they did. They tried to run a little option to the near side, and he was wrapped up by about 2 white jerseys.
So a little bit of life here from Avella. Avella not able to move the ball much. Negative 5 yards through the first 2 drives, but they'll take over with 4:18 to go on the Bentworth 45. 1st and 10, shotgun formation for Rush. 3 receivers to his right. Takes the snap. Screen pass is well over the head of his receiver, Bryce Wright.
Tried to throw the ball out to a little quick screen on the outside and just threw that ball up in the air and out of bounds. I think he almost threw that ball away. There was nobody open out there and a lot of yellow jerseys. Threw it right into the bench.
It's an interesting dichotomy there, being a wing T style team, and then also we've got a trips shotgun that we'll pull out, or a shotgun with 2 backs that we'll pull out.
Now the evolution of the wing T has incorporated all that stuff into it. It's still the concepts of the blocking, the double team, the kick out, but they've evolved as well.
Shotgun 2 backs either side of Rush. Man in motion. And Rush is going to keep it, darts through, and is tackled near the marker.
You would call that a little read option. He faked the ball to his setback on the right side and kept the ball up inside, reading the linebackers and the tackle, and gets good yardage, almost gets a 1st down, brings up 3rd and 1. I'm not sure that was a read or whether it was just called from the sideline, where he made that fake and kept it himself.
Nice gain, 3rd and short here for Avella, trailing 7-0. Ball on the Bentworth 37, 3:40 to go, first quarter. Again, 2 backs with Rush in the shotgun. Takes the snap and just looks to power forward, and he is wrapped up. Levi Urcho, the end, will have none of it. No gain, if not a loss on the play. Nice work by Urcho. Now this is 4-down territory. 4th and about 2 or 3. Inside the Bentworth 40 here for Avella. So they get a nice run from Rush. They go back to the well, and he's stoned there by Urcho.
Got a big call here, 4th down.
We'll see what head coach Ryan Cicchini elects to dial it up.
Going to talk about it.
Yeah, they'll discuss it. And with that, we'll take a break as well. WJPA Sports Network is presented by the CNX Foundation.
In sports and in life, accidents happen, and sometimes people get hurt. The doctors at Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation specialize in orthopedic surgery, joint replacement, foot and ankle reconstruction, hand and upper extremity surgery, sports medicine and rehabilitation services. With main offices near Wild Things Park and offices in Waynesburg, Charleroi, McMurray, and on Vanadium Road near St. Clair Hospital, you can count on advanced orthopedics and rehabilitation.
Back from Bentworth, Avella facing a 4th and about 3 from the Bentworth 37. 2:57 to go first quarter. Bentworth leads 7-0. Opening sequence couldn't have gone better for Bentworth. A 3-and-out for Avella, a blocked punt, and then 3 plays later, a 12-yard touchdown run by Bryce Croson put the Bearcats up 7-0. 4th down here for Avella, looking for its first down of the game offensively. Split back shotgun for Rush, 2 receivers to the right. Slot receiver in motion to the left. Rush is going to keep it himself. Picks up the first down, but fumbles the football, and it is picked up by Bentworth.
Rush had the first down as he was going through the line of scrimmage. Somebody got a hand on the football, and it squirted out. And they end up turning the ball over on downs.
I think it might have been Cameron Creechy, 51, who pounced on that one. But
well, the one thing that they did do is they at least flipped a little field position to make Bentworth go a longer distance. But they got to continue to play defense like they did in the last series.
Yeah, Bentworth takes over at its own 30. That was a for sure first down run for Rush before the fumble. 1st and 10 for the Bearcats on its own their own 31. It's Hayes off left tackle, and he is wrapped up. He gets up to the 35, just inside the 35, 3-4 yards in the carry.
Off tackle play by Hayes, just getting the football, running off the left side. Picks up a gain of about 2 yards, tackled by a host of white jerseys.
Yeah, we've heard talked a lot about Hayes today. Bentworth spread it out a little bit with different ball carriers, and he is a home run threat at all times. So far, so good for Avella. They've got to do it for 4 quarters, though. As it is Watson under center. Hayes in the backfield. Fakes to the fullback. Has errors across the field. Left sideline. 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. Caden Ayers. 66 yards.
Great throw that time. Hit him right in stride going to the far side. And he just outraces 2 or 3 white jerseys down the sideline for the touchdown. I believe that was a little fake that time. Nope.
Yeah.
He just backed up and threw the ball out there.
You have Jaquay, the fullback, around there, but a nice cross there by Ayers. 13-0. 1:55 to go in this first quarter.
One of the things that happens to you defensively when you start concentrating on stopping one player, you tend to forget that there's 10 other people playing.
14-0. The PAT is up, and it is good by Hackinson. And with that, we'll take a break here on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
The Mariscotti Insurance Agency and the Mariscotti Funeral Home in California are proud to support students and families throughout the area. The Mariscotti family provides honest service with a commitment to excellence to families and businesses in Washington, Greene, and Fayette counties. For nearly 50 years, the Mariscotti family has served the community, and they look forward to the next 50 years. The Mariscotti Insurance Agency on 3rd Street and the Mariscotti Funeral Home on 4th Street, supporting the Bearcats, Bulldogs, Falcons, and Trojans.
Hi, this is Attorney John Petrisic, and I've been your hometown attorney for nearly 30 years. Whether it be family law, the preparation of wills and powers of attorney, or the administration of an estate, I'm ready to assist you. I also represent clients on real estate matters including oil and gas, local government issues, contract disputes, and civil litigation including personal injury. If you're looking for an experienced attorney, I have offices in Bentonville and Washington. Call 724-239-2330 for a free consultation.
Slovenian Savings and Loan.
Back from Bentworth, Bryce Wright with the kickoff return. Up out near the 40 for Avella. And Avella, who was closing in on a 4th down conversion before a fumble, gave the football to Bentworth. in Bentworth territory.
Kickoff down to about the 25-yard line. Wright brought it back to the 40. Good return. And Avella has the football again.
2 wings and a fullback here for Avella. It is the backup quarterback under center as the tosses to Kimberland going to his left. Breaks through a tackle and up across the 40, nearly to the 45, to the 44. It is Johnny Urbania who was under center there. The freshman quarterback, 6'2", 175.
Kimberland, nice job getting away from a bunch of tacklers in the backfield. Excuse me.
Yeah, kept fighting, got 4 on the carry. And again, it will be Urbania under center, Wright and Kimberland on the wings. Wright in motion. Hands it to him going to the right, and he'll go through before he's tripped up just before midfield. I'll set up a 3rd and short here for Avella.
Again, fake to the fullback, giving it to Wright off the right side. Does a pretty good job getting up the field. Sets up a 3rd down and short.
3rd and about a yard from the Avella 49-yard line. 48 seconds left in this first quarter. 14-0 Bentworth. As we have the officials stop the clock for a moment over on the far side. 2 good carries for Avella to start this drive. All right, it'll bring up 3rd and short here.
Not sure what they were talking about.
And they go back to rush under center. Again, Wright and Kimberland the wings. Kimberland in motion, they'll toss it to him. Going left. Takes his time, and he is swarmed there by yellow jerseys. He's still shy of midfield, might have lost a yard. They'll say he got back to the line.
They were unbalanced that time. I think they moved the tackle to the far side, so they ran an unbalanced line. Had a 2-man set to the near side, and they tried to run Kimberland back to the short side. Bentworth outnumbered him a little bit and makes the stop on 3rd down, brings up 4th and about 2.
Well, Ryan Cicchini will have the quarter break to think about what he wants to dial up here, as that'll end the first quarter. Bentworth 14, Avella nothing at the end of the first. This is the WJPA Sports Network, presented by the CNX Foundation.
At Slovenian Savings and Loan, they understand you want convenience. That's why their mobile banking app allows you to bank from anywhere, anytime. They also know there's no substitute for personal, one-on-one service from someone who cares about you and your family. Founded on honesty, integrity, and trust in 1925, and that will never change. Big enough to serve, small enough to care. Slovenian Savings and Loan on Boone Avenue in Strabane. SlovenianSavingsandLoan.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
My Dream Field has a scoreboard with a giant TV.
My Dream Field has dugouts for our mascot to dance on.
My Dream Field has lights to play at night. And a duck pond.
CNX is making dream fields come true by donating millions of dollars throughout Appalachia. Nominate your field at cnx.com/dreamfields.
Start of the second quarter. Avella going left to right, 4th and 2 from the Eagles' 48-yard line. Shotgun set, 2 backs in the backfield. Rush fakes the handoff, keeps it going up the middle. He gets over midfield.
I don't think he got the
We'll
first. They're
see.
going to mark it, I think. I think they're going to give him the first.
Yeah, the marker looks to be just past midfield. He's down right around the logo. It is close. The Bentworth defense was making its case.
I don't think he made it.
He's going to be short by inches. So a turnover on downs in the opening play of the second quarter for Avella. 11:53 to go in the half. 14-0 Bentworth leads, and Bentworth will take over the football on where they'll mark this midfield. The 50-yard line, so just about 6 inches short on the spot there. Bentworth takes over with a 2-touchdown lead. Watson under center, a fullback behind him, two backs to either side of the fullback, a step behind him.
Little wishbone formation.
Hayes steps out of a tackle, spins out of another tackle, and he's finally ridden down. Whew.
He's not finding a whole lot of running room, but he made a great effort that time to get to the outside. Just spinning off about two attempted tackles, coming to his left side. Picks up about 2, and that was a hard-earned 2 yards.
That's one of the better-looking 2-yard runs you're ever going to see, as he broke multiple tackles to get that done. And, you know, when you're that guy who's leading the WPIL in rushing, you certainly do have a target. And talking to head coach Dave Portash, he hasn't seen anything too crazy in defending Hayes this season. But talking to Coach Cicchini before the game, they're definitely going to be all over him in terms of their effort tonight. Pass here for Watson.
Wide
goes deep, right side. Pass is caught by Matthew Bahana inside the 20.
Bahana run a little post corner route, and he was wide open. He was open early. He could have had that ball about a second or two earlier, but the ball thrown up down the field. Good catch, good route, good concept. Big gain.
Dragged down from behind right around the 20. Spot him at the 21 of Avella. Bentworth's in business, 1st and 10, up 14-0, 10:45 to go, second quarter. Watson, a couple of nice passes here tonight to put on film as he's under center, a fullback and two backs behind him. Give us to Hayes going left, and 3 white jerseys are there. Again, Sawyer Kramer all over it.
He's having a tough time finding some running room.
Yeah, Kramer and Cody Day in on the tackle.
No gain on the play, trying to run off tackle left side. And
you're just waiting for him to break one with his track record this season. 2nd and 10 from the Avella 21. Saw Watson go over to the sideline to hear from Dave Portash directly. Portash taking over the play calling, the OC duties for this season. 2nd down, 3 guys behind him. Toss sweep to the right. Hayes, I thought he might throw it. He pulls up to the sideline. He'll put it down the right sideline, and it's reeled in. And is that in the end zone? No, it's about the 10-yard line. Again, it's Bahana.
He made it look like he was going to run the football going to the outside. Could not find anybody to throw the ball to once he raised up, and he just kind of bided his time until he almost ran out of sideline. And then Bahana shows open, and he gets him the football.
Man. Well, definitely that wasn't the normal Hayes looking to turn a corner.
No.
So something was up. And when he didn't throw it right away, it's like, oh, he's probably going to tuck this at some point. But he stayed pretty patient with that.
He kept the ball high, so you knew he wasn't running the football.
1st and goal at the 9 for Bentworth, up 14-0, just over 9 minutes to go, second quarter. Bootleg right for Watson, throws to the end zone, caught, touchdown, Bentworth. It is Ayers for his 2nd touchdown of the game. It's a 9-yard touchdown from Watson to Ayers.
Little bootleg that time, faked everybody going left, kept the ball going to the far sideline. Ends up finding his receiver in the end zone for the touchdown, and Bentworth showing people some little bit of a passing game.
Yeah, Dave Portash said he wanted to break some things out, put some things on tape, and 2 passing touchdowns for Watson, 2 receiving touchdowns for Ayers. PAT is up for Hackinson, and it is good. 21-zip Bentworth, 9 minutes to go in this second quarter. This is the WJPA Sports Network presented by the CNX Foundation.
Alex Paris Contracting has been in business since 1928. They're in the heart of the Marcellus Shale on Route 18 in Atlasburg. Call Alex Paris for any contracting job, sewer, water, civil, or any oil and gas project. With over 600 pieces of heavy equipment, over 400 employees, all support equipment, and separate environmental company, they'll adapt and complete any project. Call Alex Paris Contracting, 724-947-2235. Learn more at alexparis.com.
Hi, I'm Scott Day from the Day Insurance Agency here in Washington. When was the last time you reviewed your homeowner's policy? In recent years, the price of homeowners insurance has gone up dramatically. In fact, some companies have raised their rates by as much as 35% in the last year. If you haven't reviewed your coverage lately, now is the time. You might be surprised at how much you can save. Call us at 724-228-3448. Visit us online at dayinsurance.com or stop by one of our offices in Washington or Hickory.
Bentworth 21, Avella nothing after that 9-yard strike from Watson to errors here on senior night for Bentworth. So the Bearcats taking care of business so far here. Elsewhere in the Tri-County South, California 12, Jefferson Morgan 6 at the end of the first quarter. That's one that the Bearcats are watching very, as that kick is angled right and handled by Gage Samuel. And he'll take it up near the 30 of Avella to start this drive.
Ball kicked really high in the air, and it comes and drops, hits on the ground, but it's able to be fielded and taken right up the Avella sideline. And don't have a great view, but can't figure out exactly where that ball is being placed.
Avella 32.
Well, I guess you can.
I just look at the scoreboard.
My glasses aren't there. My glasses don't do that.
So that is Rush in the shotgun. Drops back and will tuck it and run. Not much room there. He'll lose a yard on that first down carry.
He was looking to throw the football, I think, or run a little quarterback draw because he got up the field pretty quick. But good pressure, loss of a yard. Good defense that time by Bentworth.
Avella's searching a little bit. We've seen some of the wing T style. We've seen some of the shotgun. Looking for that combination that will work. And again, it is Rush in the shotgun. 3 receivers split out to his right. Low snap. Rush goes down and gets it. Rolls out to his right. Still looking downfield. He's going to have to just throw it away. Oh, no, inbounds. A toe tap catch for Bryce Wright up near midfield.
Wright did a great job that time. They had 2 receivers in the same area down around the Bentworth 40-yard line, and he saw his quarterback in trouble, and he just broke back toward the quarterback. He had the ball on the
that play was going, and he was going farther and farther back, but he was able to get it to the sideline. Really nice toe tap catch there by Wright. They'll stick with the shotgun, 2 backs with Rush, 2 receivers split out to the left. Rush with the inside handoff to Kimberland. Kimberland will go forward for about 3. Wrapped up by Watson.
Good that time for Kimberland to run to. They opened up a good hole off the right side. Kimberland picks up about 3.
And both these teams, Bentworth looking to win, scoreboard watching, will either come out of tonight with a win. Co-champions, champion via tiebreaker, or second place all alone. On the flip side of Avella, even if you don't win this, I think the score and the style of this game may end up mattering, as it is Rush in the shotgun, 2 backs. Rush looking left, firing at left, down the side.
2 guys covering the receiver, ball in the air, pretty well thrown. They did a nice job knocking the ball away.
Yeah, nice toss there from Rush. Gave his guy a chance. And good coverage by Bentworth. That'll bring up 3rd and 7 for Avella, trailing 21-0 on the Bentworth 48-yard line. 7:15 to go here in the first half. Again, it is Rush in the gun, 2 backs, 1 to either side, 2 receivers split out to the left. Man in motion is Day. Faking the handoff and keeping it is Rush. And he's going to make this 4th and manageable.
Again, fake the ball underneath to the man in motion. Goes to the left side and picks up good yardage, making it 4th and manageable.
Yeah, picks up 5 yards on 3rd and 7 to make it 4th and 2. Avella needs the Bentworth 41. They'll line up on the 43. 6:40 to go in this first half, trailing 21-0. Rush in the gun, a back to either side, 2 receivers split out to the left. Man in motion is Day. He's going to block. Handoff is to Kimberland. And Kimberland will not get there. It's going to be a 4th down stop here for Bentworth.
Short of the first down, ball over.
Well, again, they turned the ball over on downs on 4th down.
Second straight drive.
Not being a guy that likes to second guess as an announcer or a analyst, but that's, I think, three 4th down goes that they've tried to make the first down, have not done it, and really sacrificed a lot of field position.
Yeah, two turnovers on down, and then the fumble as well on all 3 4th down plays.
So, you could kick the ball and make them go 80, make them maybe go 90 yards. Bad things happen after you try to keep going.
1st and 10 for Bentworth on the Bentworth 42-yard line, leading 21-0. Watson, plenty of time to pass. Right sideline has a man wide open, but he overthrows Ayers out of bounds.
Had a lot of time to throw the ball. Man broke open late and was unable to get it to him.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 here for Bentworth.
You would think this passing game would open up the running game a little bit, but Avella, they're sticking to that 5-man front and bringing people on the edge on every play.
Timeout, Bentworth.
And Bentworth head coach David Portash will call a timeout, and we will take a break as well. 21-0 Bentworth, 6:15 to go in the first half on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by the CNX Foundation.
Get your name out there with Bell Print and Stitch in Bentleyville. Whether it's your business, your school, your team, whatever group or organization, Bell Print and Stitch does digital printing, including banners and vehicle graphics. They'll put your logo on anything with embroidery, heat press vinyl, or screen printing, all at competitive prices. Need an online fundraising spirit store? Call 724-207-3408. Bell Print and Stitch on Main Street in Bentleyville. See more on Facebook.
Back from Bentworth, 21-0 the Bearcats over Avella. 2nd and 10 due up for Bentworth on the 42-yard line for the home team. Bentworth so far so good. Pair of touchdown passes by Ty Watson to Caden Ayers, 12-yard touchdown run by Bryce Croson. Avella's been able to slow down Ben Hayes, but they're still putting up the points in bunches. 2nd and 10 from the Bentworth 42-yard line. Watson under center. Hands off to Hayes, some room, had a steam, and he is gone. Left sideline, touchdown, 58 yards. There's Ben Hayes.
Well, they went unbalanced. They broke their double tight formation, spread the ends out, went unbalanced to the field, and the outside linebacker from the near side backed up, and they ran right at him, and Hayes went untouched for the touchdown.
Had been bottled up so far, but there's the WPIL's leading rusher. His 35th total touchdown of the season as well. And here comes Hackinson for the PAT. Up, and he is good. 28-zip, Bentworth. We'll take a break. This is the WJPA Sports Network presented by the CNX Foundation.
Friday night lights bring our community together. But too many families in Washington County are being torn apart by opiate addiction. I'm Commissioner Larry Maggi, and I want you to know you're not alone. Help is here. If you or someone you love is struggling, call our confidential helpline today at 724-228-1234. That's 724-228-1234. Together we can fight addiction and build a stronger future for Washington County.
Working overtime on your business needs? With First Federal of Greene County's Commercial Lending Department, your next step is closer than you think. From real estate secured purchases to refinancing, your loan starts and stays here. And now First Federal is offering business basic checking, business statement savings, and merchant services. First Federal will help you take care of business. For more information, visit online at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back at Bentworth, where it is 28-0. The Bearcats over Avella after the 58-yard touchdown run by Ben Hayes. And Bentworth will do quite a bit of scoreboard watching probably the rest of the way as this kickoff is fielded back by Kimberland. Gets to the left sideline where he is knocked down around the 25. And Avella will take over after a pair of turnovers on downs.
The ball was a line drive kick down the middle of the field. It really kind of floated down there, and Vela was lucky it did not bounce, the way footballs usually bounce. It just bounced right to the return man, Kimberlin, and he brings it up the left side.
Eagles will set up shop 1st and 10 from the Avella 27-yard line. 5:59 to go, second quarter, 28-0 Bentworth.
Have to do something offensively now.
Chaz Rush in the shotgun, 2 receivers to his right, 2 backs on either side of him. Takes the snap and runs forward. Loses the football, and it's pounced on by Ayers. Oh, boy.
Yep, when it rains, it pours. Got a hand in when he was running the football. The ball popped out. So Bentworth takes over with a chance to put this game into a running clock in the second half.
Heck of a day for Caden Ayers. 2 touchdowns through the air. He pounces on that fumble, and who knows? Bentworth, if they're able to get their work done early, may run back and hop on to greensports.net and be following that other game down at, I believe that's at Jefferson or California. Not Jefferson, Morgan. So Bentworth, and Watson loses the ball on the snap. It's picked up by Avella, running the other way with it, and into Bentworth territory. It was Isaiah Stokes who recovered the fumble, and one play to the next, it's a turnover.
Turnover at an inopportune time for Bentworth. Looked like it was a center quarterback exchange fumble.
Yeah, Watson never got
his hand on the football. It just bounced around, picked up by Avella, and run down to the 45-yard line of Bentworth.
So for the second time this game, Avella will take over at the Bentworth 45. So shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the right again for Chaz Rush. Rush rolls out to his right, looks to throw, fires a bullet, caught by Wright, and he'll pick up a first down to the 35 of Bentworth.
A really good throw by Rush that time, coming to the near sideline, moving with the football, and he throws a strike to the receiver while he's moving toward the line of scrimmage and picks up a first down. Just a great throw that time by the quarterback.
Well, Rush can throw it a little bit. We've seen that a couple of times here. Down the field. And so,
as in everything, when the quarterback has some ability, the only thing he needs is time.
And they moved him on that last play, a rollout to his right, some blockers out in front of him, and he gets it done, connecting with Wright. Another shotgun formation, 2 backs, 2 receivers to the left, handoff inside to Luka Davis. Back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Jaquay is there for the stop. Oh, first flag of the night. And they'll get Avella for an illegal shift.
Did not see it.
That's interesting.
But it was called right away.
So 1st and 15 due up here for Avella, trailing Bentworth 28-0. 5:01 to go second quarter.
That Avella needs to stay out of.
Ball's on the Bentworth 39.
Gets you off track.
Split back shotgun, 2 receivers to the left for Rush. Back to pass. Tiptoes through some pressure. Ball comes out. And it looks like it's picked up by a lineman for Avella.
I'm trying to figure out what he tried to throw that or not.
Might have been Sawyer Kramer.
They're going to call it a fumble.
Official timeout for an injury.
And Bentworth has a player who is down. 28-0. Bentworth leads Avella. 4:22 to go in the first half. 12-yard touchdown run by Bryce Croson started the scoring. And then a pair of touchdown passes from Ty Watson to Caden Ayers. A 66-yarder with 1:55 to go in the first quarter, and then a 9-yard touchdown pass with 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. Ben Hayes, a 58-yard touchdown run with 6:06 left in the second quarter, puts the score to 28-0. Injured player was Bryce Croson, who's up and making his way to the sideline here for Bentworth.
4:22 left in the second period.
And for Avella, this is an important drive. Because the committee is subjective. And there's a difference between, hey, running clock still with 6 minutes to go in the second quarter, and if they can get this to a 28-7 ball game or a 28-14 ball game before the half. And for Avella, making the playoffs, that's a goal, absolutely. Split back shotgun, 2nd and 10 here for the Eagles. Rush rolls out right. Near side sideline, caught by Wright. And he's pushed forward and down. And a late flag.
Again, great throw that time by the quarterback. On the move, going to his right, able to hit the receiver, moving to the sideline.
We'll check on that flag. Personal foul.
Must have been a late hit
and
on the sideline.
I believe the pass was enough for a first down. Then we'll go half the distance to the goal.
We'll see it on the replay here.
A nice catch with the hands. Not.
I don't know what that was.
Not too much there. Maybe it wasn't on the tackle. Now they're marching it off against Avella. Okay, now we're marching it off against Bentworth. So it'll be a first and potentially goal to go here for Avella.
Nope. Yep. They
Just outside the 10.
They can get a first down inside the 1.
Yep, 1st and 10 from the 11 for Avella, trailing 28-0, 3:46 to go, second quarter. But this is as far as Avella has gone into Bentworth territory.
A little bit harder to throw the ball in this area because the field is constricted.
Yep.
Can't stretch the defense as much.
And there's movement all over the place.
That's going to back them up 5 yards.
Well, we hadn't seen our first penalty till about the 5-minute mark of the second quarter.
Concentration was lost with 3:56 left to go in the second period.
That's our third one since then, or our third one total. So it'll be 1st and 15 now from the 16 for Avella. Again, trailing 28-0, 3:56 to go in the first half.
Great, thank you.
Split back shotgun. Here's Rush looking left, end zone. And it's knocked away. Bahana breaking it up, looking for Wright.
Bahana did a great job that time. He did not see the ball thrown, but he watched the receiver's hands, and as soon as the receiver's hands got up, he got his hand in there and knocked the ball away. That's a great job that time.
Yeah, good coverage. And for Avella, taking a shot at the end zone, going to their playmaker Wright. And one-on-one situation, nice little pass break up there by Bahana.
Second down.
Avella will stay in that split back shotgun look. Urbania, the tight end, attached on the right. 2 receivers out to the left. Swing pass left, looking for Kimberland, just out of reach, incomplete.
Tried to throw a little swing pass to Kimberland on the far side. Again, like as you said, Andy, or a little bit in front of him. He was also trying to get it around the yellow jersey. Could not throw it directly to Kimberland. Had to lead him a little bit and just got him out a little bit too far.
Now they're sitting here 3rd and 15 from the Bentworth 16. Avella trails this one 28-0. 3:47 left to go in the half.
Every incompletion clock stops.
Now, these are 2 teams that like to run the ball plenty. But this drive, Avella's gotten it done through the air quite a bit. And then the personal foul penalty. 3rd down, split back shotgun again. Receiver is Samuel in motion. And with that, it'll be the 3rd and final timeout for Avella. 3:47 to go in the first half. It's 28-0 Bentworth. Timeout Avella, and we'll take a timeout as well on the WJPA Sports Network presented by the CNX Foundation.
Start strong and stay local. CCBC's Washington County College Center gives you the edge to get ahead. High school students can learn to fly before they drive with our Aviation Academy. If helping others is what you do, let us help you. Advance from LPN to RN and open new doors in your healthcare career. Or get ahead in college by earning general education credits. No matter your path, we're here to help you move forward. Learn more at ccbcwashington.com.
Back from Bentworth, 28-0, the Bearcats on senior night, taking care of business. However, it's Avella traveling into the red zone. Eagles face the 3rd and 15 from the Bentworth 16. 3:47 to go in the second quarter. Bentworth doing some scoreboard watching. Will either finish first place or second place in the Tri-County South, depending on the result between Jefferson, Morgan, and California with a win tonight. Split back shotgun look again for Rush. He's pressured. Flush to the right, eyes downfield, puts it in the end zone, intercepted. And it is Ayers again. 2 touchdowns, a fumble recovery, and an interception. There is a flag on the play. And it was in the offensive backfield. If it's holding, it's going to be an interception. And so, an interception in the end zone by Caden Ayers.
That time rolling to his near side, to the near side, to his right. He just kind of threw the ball in a place where he shouldn't have thrown it. He had another down. He could have thrown the ball out of bounds and come back and tried again, but tried to force the ball into his receiver. And the Bentworth defender just stepped in front of the football. Intercepted it, ran out of bounds, and get the ball on the 20-yard line with 3 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yep, touchback after the interception. So, heck of a night here for Caden Ayers. 2 touchdown receptions, a fumble recovery, and an interception. And so Bentworth looking to extend this lead from its own 20-yard line. Handoff is to Hayes, going left. Quality tackle. Nice little single-leg takedown there by Chaz Rush.
Tough to run the football against Avella tonight because they're basically in a goal line defense in the middle of the field. They're running 6 people up front with 2 linebackers. They got 8 in the box, and they're not moving out of that box. The one time they didn't move out of the box, they dropped the outside linebacker back, and Hayes took it 58 yards for a touchdown.
And those 2 linebackers, Rush and Kramer, are their leading tacklers and best defensive players.
Well, you got every lineman covered. They can't get to the linebackers right now.
Shotgun look here for Watson. 2nd and 8 from the Bentworth 22. Fakes the handoff. While he's going down, puts forward a shovel pass, and Hayes is dropped immediately after that. It's Sawyer Kramer. 59 is everywhere for this Bentworth defense.
They've got to either reduce that front by taking an outside linebacker out of there. A 3-receiver set might do that. Or they got to bring a tight end in to match up the numbers in the box and let them block.
3rd and 8 for Bentworth, leading 28-0 here. 2:15 to go in the first half from the Bentworth 22-yard line.
2 wide receivers doesn't help their edge rushers. They just come off the corner untouched.
Under center is Watson. Back to pass, looking, and now he'll tuck it and run. Watson smells the first down marker, and he's flattened there by Kramer right around where the sticks are. It's going to be a first down. He'll get 8 on 3rd and 8 to move the chains.
Does a good job.
Didn't like what he saw and tucked it and ran.
Clock moving at 153, 152.
Yeah, Bentworth not in a big rush.
Wouldn't be surprised to see him try to take a shot down the field here.
1st and 10 for the Bearcats, leading 28-0 on their own 30-yard line. Clock ticks under $1:40 to go in this first half. Watson still under center, 2 backs behind him. Toss left to Hayes. Hayes forced outside. Patient. And he'll get pushed out of bounds there by Kimberland. Only picks up a few. Give him 3.
Tried to run a toss sweep to the left side. And again, no running room. Just kind of guided him out of bounds. Actually, Hayes ran out of bounds on his own.
That'll stop the clock.
No place to go.
Yeah. I would say Avella's genuinely done a solid job. Obviously, Hayes got loose for the 58-yard touchdown.
Yep. But you count up his total yardage. That's 58 is 9/10 of it.
2 passing touchdowns here for Watson, who operates out of the gun. He's looking to pass down the middle of the field. Has Hayes in and out of his hands and in and out of the hands of Wright. So Hayes nearly had it. Wright nearly had it.
And Hayes almost had it again.
Oh, my goodness. But Hayes, he's broken one on the ground. They looked for him through the air.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
Hayes a little mad at himself for dropping that ball. It was dropped right in his – unable to hang on to it.
Those are 2 of the better players out on the field, too, going head-to-head.
That was the shot that they needed. He catches the ball behind the secondary. Nobody catches him.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 8 for Bentworth, leading 28-0. Ball on the Bearcats 33, 1:20 to go in the second quarter. Watson under center. 2 backs in the backfield. Fakes to 1, gives to Hayes. Breaks a tackle, left side. Cuts it back over midfield. And finally dragged down by Kramer to the Avella 42. Whew.
Great job by Hayes that time, breaking a couple tackles, getting up the field. He just has that ability to put his foot in the ground and kind of turn. He doesn't really cut. He kind of glides through the change of direction, which really is deceiving to the defense. And then when he's able to do that at full speed.
Certainly a problem. Hayes with that run plus the 58-yarder. Would imagine he's up over 100 in this first half, but they've really made him earn it. Pretty much those 2 runs, the largest gains he's had here tonight. This timeout stops the clock, but also serves as a breather, as Hayes has been running around on these last few plays with the big incompletion and then the big gain to the Avella 42. So out of the timeout. 1st and 10 for Bentworth on the Avella 42, 1:10 to go in the first half. 28-0 Bearcats. Watson under center.
Play already called. They're ready to go.
Jaquay and Hayes in the backfield. Ayers in motion left to right. Watson back to pass, looking left and incomplete out in front of Watson. Or in Ayers, pardon me. He was covered by Watson on that play.
A little pushing and shoving after the play was finished.
Second down, 1:06 to go in the half. So still a timeout left for Bentworth. Obviously can still hand it off to Hayes, toss it to Hayes, see what he makes of it, see if he can move the chain, stop the clock, get out of bounds. And Watson 2 touchdown passes already in this one. Watson is under center. Jaquay and Hayes in the backfield. It's like Dave Portash of Bentworth is going to use his third and final timeout. And with that, we'll take a break as well on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by the CNX Foundation.
Since 1978, Quality Quick Printing has been a single source for all your business, organization, and corporate printing needs. A full-service digital document solution center, high-speed digital copying, large format, design and finishing, direct mail services, and so much more. Call their print solutions specialists to help with your next project. 724-225-9427 or visit qualquick.com.
Bentworth 28, Avella nothing. Bentworth with the football at the Avella 42-yard line, 1:06 left to go in this first half. 2nd and 10 due here for the Bearcats, who are now out of timeouts. Both teams have exhausted all 3 of their first half timeouts.
You don't know whether they're going to try to throw it or run it, but you're looking at 2nd down, clock moving. If they're going to try to score a little play action to Hayes, trying to get the ball down the field, or just give him the football and make sure you block it up.
Shotgun, or formation change now under center. It's Watson. Handoff left to Hayes, and he is ripped down. And the flag flies. Holden Fisher tackled him. May have tackled him by the face mask.
Nope, I think he got him by the shoulder pad.
The shoulder pad.
Yep. They ran that. That's the same play that they ran on his 58-yard run. The difference was the outside linebacker did not back up that time. He just came across. And Hayes has a tendency when he runs like that to try to get outside. And he tried to get outside to the short field. And the outside linebacker, edge rusher, was able to come off and make the stop, or at least make the stop illegally.
And they're going to call a personal foul on Fisher there for the tackle. Said horse collar over the loudspeaker.
31-yard line.
So that will be a first down here for Bentworth at the Avella 31. 1:01 left in the half. Bentworth leading 28-0. Watson under center, 2 backs behind him. Split behind him. Fakes. Throws to the right flat, incomplete, just past Caden Ayers.
And I think their best bet is to get down the field with the football.
Yeah, clock stops, 49 seconds left. That's a pet peeve of mine, watching football at any level. In a 2-minute drill situation, completing a pass for 3 yards.
Well,
and being tackled and bounce.
That's modern football now, because you try to get the ball to an athlete, and they're probably going to, they've got a 50-50 shot at breaking a tackle. And once they break that tackle, there's nobody left to catch them.
2nd and 10.
You're not wrong.
Well, that 50 that they get tackled, that is annoying. Play action pass. Watson looking left. His pass is short, and it is intercepted by Wright.
Yep.
Right near the goal line.
Just
underthrown.
Just a poor throw that time. Threw it in toward the safety when the receiver was running the takeoff route down the near sideline. But he had the right idea, trying to get the ball in the end zone at the time. Just didn't get the ball where it was supposed to be. Never really got his feet set to throw it.
So you had Avella throw an interception in the end zone, and you have Bentworth return the favor, throw an interception to the 1 yard. Like me up here just a minute ago is cramping. It was concerning to see the quarterback down for Bentworth, but he's walking off now.
Watson picking up on the play.
42 seconds left to go.
Avella's got to be careful here. At least one snap, they've got to get it off and not give up a safety.
I don't know what the delay is here. They should be on the ball. Officials are giving an awful long time to. They treated it like a timeout.
So Avella takes over. 42 seconds left in the first half, trailing 28-0 on its own 1-yard line. Neither team has any timeouts remaining. Rush is under center, and he will just take the snap and wedge forward. And that's enough to keep the clock moving.
And I don't think they have to snap the ball.
And they'll take it down to the half. At this point, inside your own 5-yard line.
Coaching staff doesn't want them. They're halfway to the locker room already.
Oh, boy. Oh, there's an injured player here for Avella. This game was moving through the first quarter and a half. The turning point was that first penalty. And we've had several stoppages since then. And it was the quarterback Rush who was down. So both QBs have been tended to recently. And Avella, both of these teams, there's not a lot of, if that quarterback's not good to go, there's not a lot of options behind him. Funny story from Ryan Cicchini, before the game. Backup quarterback for Avella is Johnny Urbania. And he was hearing from his guys up in the booth. They're like, oh, get him another nut. We need him to play, tackle or guard or something. And it's like, we can't do that because our quarterback just got shaken up and he's playing quarterback right now. So he plays tight end, he plays quarterback, he plays offensive line. He's number 2 on the depth chart for a number of positions outside of, where he'd line up normally.
Well, what you would normally do is you'd bring all those numbers with you in a little bag. Okay, what number do you need? Put it on. Come off the field. You need your quarterback. Put it on.
So now they'll have to take another the clock will run. They don't have to take another snap. I'd say this Avella staff says, let's get the heck in the locker room. They were able to move the ball a little bit, especially that final drive that ended with an interception in the end zone.
Not a way to end the first half. Anticlimactic.
Yep. 28-zip. Scoreless for the final 6:06 of the half after that long run by Hayes. 2 fumbles, 2 interceptions, and we'll bring it to the half. We'll take a quick break, be back with a scoring summary, and then we'll have your news and the PAC football report. This is the WJPA Sports Network presented by the CNX Foundation.
You deserve a bank that brings fresh ideas to your business. One that can see you're a cut above and knows you like you know your customers. At Washington Financial, we pride ourselves on preparing personalized solutions, ones that cater to the unique needs of your business. Go with the bank that gets you. Washington Financial Bank.
In sports and in life, accidents happen, and sometimes people get hurt. The doctors at Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation specialize in orthopedic surgery, joint replacement, foot and ankle reconstruction, hand and upper extremity surgery, sports medicine and rehabilitation, and game time medical services. With main offices near Wild Things Park and offices in Waynesburg, Charleroi, McMurray, and on Vanadium Road near St. Clair Hospital, you can count on Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation.
The Mariscotti Insurance Agency and the Mariscotti Funeral Home in California are proud to support students and families throughout the area. The Mariscotti family provides honest service with a commitment to excellence to families and businesses in Washington, Greene, and Fayette counties. For nearly 50 years, the Mariscotti family has served the community, and they look forward to the next 50 years. The Mariscotti Insurance Agency on 3rd Street and the Mariscotti Funeral Home on 4th Street, supporting the Bearcats, Bulldogs, Falcons, and Trojans.
Halftime here at Bentworth, 28-0 Bearcats over Avella. Odds are the scoreboard watching will commence here soon as the latest from Jefferson Morgan. The Rockets are up 14-12 on California. Again, Bentworth a win tonight by at least 2 points and a JM win over California. The Bearcats are your Tri-County South Conference champions. Now a California win would mean a three-way, or the Trojans would then be conference champions. So those are the two options. Let's take a look at the scoring summary here tonight. It was a 12-yard touchdown run by Bryce Croson to get the scoring started for Bentworth, following a 3-and-out and a punt block on Avella's first drive. 8:50 to go into the ball game. Bentworth led 7-0. Ty Watson found Caden Ayers for a pair of touchdowns. The first, a 66-yard touchdown with 1:55 left in the first quarter, and then a 9-yard strike with 9 minutes left in the second quarter. Ben Hayes broke loose with a 58-yard touchdown run to go up 28-0 with 6:06 left in the first half. Avella fumbled in its own territory on its first snap after that long touchdown run, and it was looking like, oh no, Bentworth's got a chance to push this to a running clock game. Nope. Bentworth fumbles the ball soon after. Avella then drives down into the red zone, throws an interception in the end zone, picked off by Ayers. Bentworth goes all the way down, throws an interception of its own on the Avella 1-yard line, and the Eagles take it into the first half. So Bentworth just taking care of business here on a night where they could win a conference championship.
Avella doing a pretty good job controlling the running game of Bentworth, but Bentworth finding a way to get the ball into the end zone and not allowing Avella to really get going offensively at all. They've had a couple opportunities, but those opportunities went away when they went for 2 fourth downs and fumbled the ball on a fourth down that they would have had maybe a first down. But yes, they're taking care of business. They're doing the things they need to do. And I don't think that there were too many people that expected that they wouldn't. I think that I think that when you look at everything on paper, they would be the favorite team. It was just by about how much, and that's one of the things that Avella had to be concerned about. What they needed to do is they needed to prevent the big play. And right now, Hayes has a 58-yard run, big play.
66-yard
touchdown pass, big play. That's 14 right there. So they've not done that, and consequently they're down 28-0 coming out for the second half.
Even on that drive that ended in the 9-yard touchdown pass to Ayers, there was a long pass to Bahana, far sideline, the post corner that he caught. And then the first touchdown, they didn't need big plays because they blocked a punt and took over on the Avella 16-yard line.
Well, I think that anybody watching Bentworth play now as compared to the beginning of the year, they would say the touchdown pass was a big play because that's something that they wouldn't have done at the beginning of the year.
Bentworth football team that is sitting here at 7-2. Last 8-win football team at Bentworth. Talking to Coach Dave Portash, 1986. They are cruising towards that milestone here tonight. Bentworth's only WPIAL postseason win in school history came in 2005, 35-34 over Mapletown. Bearcats looking to secure this one. And then the seeding will be interesting. As a conference champion, if Jefferson Morgan would to hold on against California, Bentworth would be right here next week. However, as a second-place finisher in the Tri-County South, there are no guarantees. Last year, California was second, ended up as the number 10 seed, went on the road, won at number 7 Laurel. So we shall see. And with that, for halftime, we've got some more for you here. We've got news as well as the PAC football report coming up. It is 28-0 Bentworth over Avella. It's halftime on WJPA Sports Network, presented by the CNX Foundation.
Hi, this is Attorney John Petrisic, and I've been your hometown attorney for nearly 30 years. Whether it be family law, the preparation of wills and powers of attorney, or the administration of an estate, I'm ready to assist you. I also represent clients on real estate matters including oil and gas, local government issues, contract disputes, and civil litigation, including personal injury. If you're looking for an experienced attorney, I have offices in Bentleyville and Washington. Call 724-239-2330 for a free consultation.
Slovenian Savings and Loan is here for your life, your future, and your dreams. While life's pace seems to get faster and faster, Slovenian Savings and Loan still stands by its traditional values of honesty, integrity, and building personal relationships. Enjoy all modern conveniences to make banking easy, combined with a down-to-earth, face-to-face way of doing business. Slovenian Savings and Loan on Boone Avenue in Strabane. Big enough to serve, small enough to care. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
My dream field has a scoreboard with a giant TV.
My dream field has dugouts for our mascot to dance on.
My My dream field has lights to play at night. And a duck pond.
CNX is making dream fields come true by donating millions of dollars throughout Appalachia. Nominate your field at cnx.com/dreamfields.
Good evening. I'm Lynn Manning with your WJPA halftime report. We're at 45 degrees right now. It's going to be cold tonight. We're looking at a freeze warning from midnight to 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Widespread frost. So if you have any plants, vegetables, things like that still outdoors, you may want to consider bringing them in or at least covering them up. Temperatures expected to drop into the upper 20s. Some good news for motorists who travel South Main Street here in Washington. PennDOT announced today that South Main Street will be open now. It was effective at 4 o'clock this afternoon, but they do want to remind you that starting on Monday, there will be single lane restrictions. Those will be in place on Route 18, Park Avenue, every day from 8 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon. This work will continue through late November. Now, PennDOT says Pennsylvania American Water is planning to relocate water main lines ahead of an upcoming major project. They're going to be replacing the bridge on Route 18 over Catfish Creek, and that's set to begin in the spring. Washington Crown Center Mall, which is now Franklin Crossroads Park, is also closed for the rest of tonight. Mall officials say they were forced to shut down at 4 o'clock after they got reports of a water line break. They say they're hoping to reopen tomorrow morning at 11. Well, today's Consumer Price Index was released. It's used to set each year's Social Security amount for the country's seniors. ABC's Sherry Clark reports that many of them say the cost of living adjustment is good, but not great.
The average Social Security check is only about $2,000, and with next year's cost of living increase set at 2.8%, that averages out to be about $56 more a month starting in 2026. Many seniors say, like everybody else, they're paying a lot more for food, housing, and gas, leading 77% of people over age 50 to tell the AARP in a recent survey they don't think an increase of around 3% is going to do much good.
Agency officials say they're going to start notifying recipients about their new benefit amount by mail starting in early December. A man will be serving life in prison after he was convicted of killing his wife in Uniontown. 57-year-old Arthur Goody was arrested in Las Vegas in January after his 26-year-old wife was found dead from a single gunshot wound in a home along Briar Avenue on New Year's Day. The Fayette County District Attorney's Office says they grieve along with numerous friends and family members for Nicole Zambrano Briseno, many of whom were told traveled from Venezuela and across the country to participate in the Fayette County trial. President Trump, who canceled trade talks with Canada, posted overnight that it was due to a television ad put out by Ontario with parts of a 1987 speech by then President Ronald Reagan, blaming trade tariffs for high prices and job losses. But as Trump planning to meet with Canadian leader Mark Carney next week at a World Leader Summit in Asia, so things could change again.
The president in late June said almost the exact same thing, that they were stopping all trade talks because of a potential move by Canada on a digital services tax. Then he and Carney got on the phone, and then the next day trade talks resumed. So we've seen this before, the president not liking what he is seeing coming out of Canada with that ad. Notably, that's from the province of Ontario, not the federal government in Canada. But we'll see if a meeting next week with Carney can get things back on track.
That's ABC's White House correspondent Karen Travers reporting. She also tells us that earlier this afternoon, officials in Ontario say they will pull that ad. Well, to improve the bottom line, Target is slimming down at the top. ABC's Dave Packer explains.
Target will lay off about 1,800 headquarters workers, or 8% of its corporate team, in what it calls a necessary step toward rebuilding growth. That according to a memo obtained by ABC News. The shakeup comes as company veteran Michael Fidelki prepares to take over as CEO in February. Fidelki says too many layers of slow decisions and stifled ideas. Managers will feel the brunt of the cuts. Target says it wants to rewire the organization and make quicker moves after years of sluggish sales and recent backlash over ending diversity policies. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Well, tomorrow is National Drug Take-Back Day.
You can bring any unwanted, unused medicine, prescription drugs, deposit it, be in the watchful eye of the Canonsburg police officers, and then it ultimately will be disposed of with the DEA, or Drug Enforcement Administration, and it will be incinerated and disposed of properly.
That's Canonsburg Mayor Dave Rome. He says you can do this anonymously, and it will be open from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. You can go to the Shop and Save and drop them off there. There were also 15 other drop-off spots throughout Washington County, including Sam's Club in South Strabane. And Stephen Markham of Stanton, Kentucky, is living a bit of a nightmare right now for his choice of Halloween decorations. He was upset with the city for failing to hook up legal water, sewer, and electrical services in an ongoing dispute. So his Halloween decorations were causing quite a stir. Police were called to where they found 5 bodies in trash bags at his property, labels on them: District Judge, Mayor, CIS, CA, and Zoning Manager. He has been charged with intimidating a witness in the legal process. On Wall Street, the Dow closed up 472 points. The S&P was up 53, and the Nasdaq up to 63. In sports, W&J on the air tomorrow. They're home at Cameron Stadium. We'll have that game for you on 1450 a.m. Our coverage getting underway at 12:30. Steelers ready for their game on Sunday night. You'll hear it here on 1450 a.m. starting at 8 o'clock. And game 1 of the World Series tonight in Toronto. The Blue Jays play the Dodgers. Your forecast, a freeze warning, midnight to 9 tomorrow. Cold tonight with widespread frost, a low of 29. That frost burns away tomorrow, sunshine, and a high of 56. Right now, 45 at WJPA.
Alex Paris Contracting has been in business since 1928. They're in the heart of the Marcellus Shale on Route 18 in Atlasburg. Call Alex Paris for any contracting job, sewer, water, civil, or any oil and gas project. With over 600 pieces of heavy equipment, over 400 employees, all support equipment, and separate environmental company, they'll adapt and complete any project. Call Alex Paris Contracting, 724-947-2235. Learn more at alexparis.com.
Radio and TV today are cluttered with ads for car insurance. You might find these ads clever, funny, or even annoying. Hi, I'm Scott Day from the Day Insurance Agency. We like to keep things simple. We will give you the best possible coverage at the best possible price with great hometown service without all those gimmicks. Call us to get a free no-obligation quote with Erie Insurance. You might be surprised how much you can save. That's the Day Insurance Agency, 724-228-3448, or online at dayinsurance.com.
Get your name out there with Bell Print and Stitch in Bentleyville. Whether it's your business, your school, your team, whatever group or organization, Bell Print and Stitch does digital printing, including banners and vehicle graphics. They'll put your logo on anything with embroidery, heat press vinyl, or screen printing, all at competitive prices. Need an online fundraising spirit store? Call 724-207-3408. Bell Print and Stitch on Main Street in Bentleyville. See more on Facebook.
Welcome to the PAC Football Report for October 25th, 2025. I'm Joe Onderco. This week we will take a quick look back at last week's football action in the President's Athletic Conference. We're also previewing Week 8 games this Saturday. Washington and Jefferson remained unbeaten in PAC play following a 56-10 road win at St. Vincent. 4 teams have one league loss, including Geneva, which improved to 4-1 in the league following a 62-20 blowout at Waynesburg. Grove City won its third straight contest, 42-6 at Allegheny. Westminster celebrated homecoming with a 48-6 win over Teal. Finally, Hiram earned its third win at Bethany, 42-21. Case Western Reserve had the weekend off. Offensive Player of the Week honors in the PAC in Week 7 again went to Geneva junior quarterback Caleb Romano, who threw for 373 yards and 4 touchdowns at Waynesburg. Defensive laurels went to Grove City senior linebacker Caleb Brubaker, with 11 tackles, including 2 for losses and a QB sack at Allegheny. Special teams recognition went to Westminster freshman wideout Gianni DeSora, who posted an 83-yard punt return for a TD versus Teal. Newcomer of the week was Westminster freshman quarterback Quentin Good, who threw for 324 yards and 4 TDs in his first career start versus Teal. The Week 8 slate again features 5 league matchups, while St. Vincent has the bye. Longtime rivals renew acquaintances as 4-2 Westminster travels 14 miles down Route 208 to face 4-2 Grove City at Thorn Field at 1 p.m. It's the 107th all-time meeting between the Presbyterian schools since 1892. The Wolverines have won the last 2 meetings against the Titans, including a 36-9 final in New Wilmington a year ago. Grove City head coach Andrew DiDonato previews the heavyweight matchup.
I mean, all of these games, Grove City, Westminster, for the most part, have come down to the final drive. They've just been exciting football games. And, we're 2 programs that have been to the postseason, have seen success in the postseason. Every year we strive to want to put ourselves in position to get back there, and this game always has huge implications on that.
4-3 Geneva is off to its best start in over 15 years, and will look to improve to 5-1 in PAC play for the first time ever, when the Golden Tornadoes host 0-6 Bethany for homecoming at Reeves Field in Beaver Falls at 3 p.m. The GTs have dominated the all-time series 37-12-1, including edging the Bison 34-27 in West Virginia in 2024. Veteran Geneva head coach Gino DeMarco talks about his program's recent success being a true team effort.
Approaching every week differently, different guys stepping up. This past week, I know everybody looked at the point total, but no one's talking about the defense that caused 7 turnovers. It's just a different feel with this group. They're hungry. They've shown this throughout the year.
Fresh off the bye, 3-2-1 Case Western Reserve heads to Greenville to face 0-6 Teal at Alumni Stadium at 12 noon. The Spartans have dominated the series with 11 consecutive wins over the Tomcats, with the last Teal win in the series being a 54-13 final in 1981. Tomcat head coach Sam Bauman talks about his goals for his program heading into the final month of the season.
We are a really, really young team, so it's keeping guys motivated, excited, and understanding that, while the score lines have been not in our favor, there's been some really good football that's been played, and there's a lot of bright spots. The negatives that are there are big, and we got to fix those, but the positives are also big.
In other Week 8 action, 4-2 W&J looks to maintain its hammerlock on first place when the Presidents host 2-5 Waynesburg at Cameron Stadium in Washington at 1 p.m. W&J has won 48 of 52 all-time meetings against their local foes, including a 55-16 decision at Waynesburg last season. Finally, 2-5 Allegheny travels to face 3-3 Hiram at Henry Field at 3 p.m. The program's longtime conference rivals in the NCAC will meet in a PAC contest for the first time since the 1980s. The Gators won the last meeting over the Terriers 38-13 in 2021. That's all for this edition of the PAC Football Report. Log on to the conference website at www.pacathletics.org all season long for the latest news, scores, statistics, and other league information. You can also follow us on social media via X, Facebook, and Instagram. Links are available at the PAC website. I'm Joe Underko. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you at the stadium.
Friday night lights bring our community together, but too many families in Washington County are being torn apart by opioid addiction. I'm Commissioner Electra Janis, and I want you to know you're not alone. Help is here. If you or someone you love is struggling, call our confidential helpline today at 724-228-1234. That's 724-228-1234. Together, we can fight addiction and build a stronger future for Washington County.
Don't fall behind on your home improvement projects. Let First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County help you with the heavy lifting before winter. First Federal gives you all the tools you need with FHA Title I home improvement, home equity, construction, and owner-builder loans. With offices in Washington, Greene, and Fayette counties, your loan stays here. Apply in person or anytime online at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 458729.
Start strong and stay local. CCBC's Washington County College Center gives you the edge to get ahead. High school students can learn to fly before they drive with our Aviation Academy. If helping others is what you do, let us help you. Advance from LPN to RN and open new doors in your healthcare career. Or get ahead in college by earning general education credits. No matter your path, we're here to help you move forward. Learn more at ccbcwashington.com.
Back from Bentworth, 28-0. Bentworth over Avella. About 90 seconds away from the start of the second half here. Very relevant to Bentworth. Jefferson Morgan at the half, 14, California 12. Again, the stakes here tonight, Bentworth with a win by at least 2 points. Currently it's 28-0. A win and a Jefferson Morgan win would create a three-way tie at first place, and the tie-breaking procedure would make Bentworth as the designated conference champion and guarantee the Bearcats a home game here next week. For Avella on the other side, currently 6-3, looking for some sort of fight here in this second half. Would like to make a good impression here on the final week of the regular season for the WPIAL committee to be chosen as one of 4 wildcard teams. Bentworth making its second straight postseason appearance. Also had appearances in 14 and 15. Only WPIL playoff win for Bentworth came in 2005, so this Bearcats team looking to do the same. So Bentworth gets the football first here in the second half. We were talking a little bit, midway through the second quarter, Bentworth had the ball in Avella territory. We're threatening to put this into a running clock situation. But then you had a fumble, an interception, and then halftime. So we'll see.
Well, they get the ball back this half. They're receiving the halftime kickoff, and we'll see what they can do.
And then talking to David Pordash this week, he said at halftime we're not doing phones, we're not checking scores. We're looking to take care of business first, and then we'll check up on JM in California.
No, that's what you call worrying about what you can control.
Yeah,
and that's what you do.
So that was his approach to today, and especially for halftime. No matter what situation we go into the half, and he even asked the public address announcer, hold off on any scores until we are final in terms of announcing it in our stadium. So second half, Bentworth, putting what looked to be kind of an onside kick.
Kicked awful hard.
But way too hard, out of bounds over on the far sideline.
Just kind of topped the ball, tried to kick it right at one of the end return people up front, and the ball just kind of bounced and went right out of bounds, and they're going to get the ball at about the 40-yard line, I think.
So Bentworth takes over. 1st and 10 on the Bentworth 44. Bearcats need a touchdown and a successful extra point to push this one into a running clock situation.
They marked that close to the 50.
Yeah. Looks like it was at the 44. Now they're walking the sticks up to the 49.
It looked like the umpire walked off a 5-yard penalty.
Okay.
I don't know what the penalty was.
Well, they kick it out of bounds, but it was out of bounds even in front of the 40. First down is going to be handoff going right to Ben Hayes, and he's wrapped up there in the backfield by Isaiah Stokes.
We're going to see if they've done anything to kind of loosen the defense up for Hayes to get going. He really hasn't gotten going but one time.
Well, he lost 3 yards on that carry. So 2nd and 13 due up for Bentworth. from its own 46-yard line. Bearcats 2 passing touchdowns, a short field touchdown after a blocked punt, and then Hayes with that 58-yard run. Hayes is in the left slot here. Watson under center. Watson inside give to Jaquay. Steps out of a tackle and up and tackled near the first down marker. It'll be a
little inside run that time. Nice job by Jaquay, eliminating a tackler at the second level and getting up the field close to the first down.
And they put Hayes out in that left slot. You've got to be aware of where he is. And then they hand it off just inside for Jaquay.
No, he doesn't make a living out there, though.
They're going to send him back out to that left slot, Hayes.
Well, you know he can run by the corner.
And it is Watson under center. Puts Hayes in motion. And they'll give to Jaquay again on the inside. Got some room through the middle. Left side picks up a block. It is Jaquay towards the pylon. And he is forced out at the 5.
Good job that time. Good blocking up front.
Oh, nice. And so they found some hay here with putting Hayes out wide, going with Preston Jaquay, the fullback, inside. And just like that, a couple of carries, and it's first and goal at the 5 for Bentworth. Bearcats up 28-0, 10-17 to go, third quarter. Looking to push this one into running clock territory. Same formation, Hayes in the left slot, Jaquay in the backfield. Hayes in motion. They hand again to Jaquay, who tiptoes his way through. Touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run by Preston Jaquay.
Again, running right up inside. All eyes are on Hayes in motion. He goes in motion. They snap the ball when he gets behind the quarterback and give it to the up back for the touchdown.
So it's the fullback Jaquay, who is a senior here on senior night. And so Hayes, essentially a decoy on several of those plays, and he gets the job done. The important PAT here by Hackinson is up, and it is good. 35-0, Bentworth over Avella. 10-13 to go here in the third quarter. This is the WJPA Sports Network presented by the CNX Foundation.
Whether in the stands or watching from home, show your team spirit with custom printing from Quality Quick. They are your local partner for vinyl banners, fan apparel, and yard signs to help celebrate your home team. Quality Quick has been a proud print supplier for local schools and boosters in the community since 1978. Don't just watch the game, be part of it. Call 724-225-9427 or visit qualquick.com.
You deserve a bank that drives your business. One that's with you for the long haul and knows how to keep your business rolling. At Washington Financial, we pride ourselves on delivering customized solutions, ones that are built for the unique journey your business is on. Go with the bank that gets you. Washington Financial Bank.
Back from Bentworth, 35-0 Bearcats as they're kicking off. Fielded on the near side by Kimberland. Reverses field to the middle, and he's tripped up. Probably around the 30.
Kimberland started to bring it up the near sideline, moving left to right as we look at him, and didn't see anything. Then got to the middle of the field, got tripped up.
So Avella will take over, 1st and 10.
Looks like it's at about the
35.
35.
The yard line over there is kicked the other direction. Take over at the 10-minute mark. Clock already runs down to 9:33. Running clock here now in the second half at this 35-0 margin. Avella looking to get on the scoreboard. It is Johnny Urbana, backup quarterback under center, gives to Wright, the wingback, and he is dragged down. Not much there.
Tried to get off tackle going to the right side. Bentworth defense not having any of it. You wrap them up, gets by one man, and they get some help from everybody else.
Jacob Kavanaugh wraps him up, drops him for a 1-yard loss. 2nd and 11 due up here for Avella on the Eagle 34-yard line, trailing by 35. Let's see here if it is still. Yes, it is Johnny Urbania, the freshman, under center here for Avella. 2 wingbacks and a fullback here for the Eagles. Wingback on the right in motion and dropped in the backfield. Urbania is taken down. Preston Jaquay with the sack.
Jaquay anticipated the snap, came up in the A-gap, and makes the tackle on the quarterback before he was able to hand the ball off.
So
Lucky he held on to the football.
Avella goes backwards. 3rd and 15 from the Eagles' 30-yard line, trailing 35-0. Clock ticks down to 8 minutes to go in the third quarter, running clock. Urbania again under center, 2 wingbacks and a fullback. Kimberlin in motion, the right wingback. They'll hand it to him. And he's wrapped up around the original line of scrimmage. Pardon me, it was the fullback, Davis, who kept it. They got me with the wing action. So that'll bring up 4th and 8 for Avella.
And they elect to punt this one.
Yep, it'll be Rice Wright.
Rice Wright set the punt for Avella, Ben Hayes back deep for the Bearcats.
Hayes to return. 35-0 Bentworth as we're in the running clock here in the third quarter. 4th down for Avella. Hayes will send this one away. Who takes a big Avella bounce, several bounces in fact.
And again, ball kicked away from Hayes. Probably a smart move.
Bentworth takes over with 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Clock continues to run. Let's see where they'll spot this one. Looks like the Bentworth 32 for Ty Watson and company.
Right hash mark. Far hash mark as we look at it.
Yep, Bentworth working right to left. And that running clock, that ball went out of bounds, 40 seconds ago, 45 seconds ago, still ticking away. So here is Ty Watson. Hayes, left slot, comes in motion. They're going to toss it to him. He pivots back to his left, makes a man miss, gets upfield, spins out of a tackle, and he's finally dragged down. Gets about 8 yards on first down.
Little toss sweep. He took the ball as if he was going right when he went in motion and just reversed his field, and the play was designed that way to come back to the near sideline. Picks up about 8 yards.
Second down due up here for Bentworth. Yeah, talking to Dave Pordash, they've been in this situation a bunch this year, and they're more interested in getting out all in one piece than running up scores on people. So their average margin has been 35-7 all year. Inside handoff, it's Jaquay, the fullback, and he is powering forward. There's a bunch of white jerseys around him. A helmet comes off, and Jaquay's up to the 48, 49-yard line of Bentworth.
That'll be a first down.
Jaquay got quite a bit of work on that last drive, and he capped it with a 5-yard touchdown run.
Done a nice job running the ball inside. He's just running by the defense, but obviously Bentworth is doing a good job up front.
Croson, Hayes, and Jaquay each with rushing touchdowns here, and then 2 receiving TDs by Caden Ayers. 1st and 10 for Bentworth, up 35-0 on the Bearcats 49. Again, Hayes in the left slot comes in motion. Fake the give to Jaquay, and now keeping it is Watson, and a nice tackle there by Wright, who cuts him down.
Wright faked the ball to Jaquay up inside and kind of kept the ball to the near side, almost like a bootleg play, and ends up picking up about a yard.
Yeah, runs smack dab into right, who then just goes low and takes him down.
I think I got a scoring update. Washington 7, Seton LaSalle 14 at the half.
Ooh, that's a conference championship matchup up in 2A. As it's 2nd and 9 here, 3:45 to go, third quarter. Again, Hayes in the left slot comes in motion. The give is to Jaquay. Looks to run right, and he is wrapped up and taken down. A shorthanded tackle again by Sawyer Kramer.
Got a
and
player down.
It is Jaquay who carried the football who's down. And with that, we will step aside. 35-0 Bentworth on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by the CNX Foundation.
In sports and in life, accidents happen, and sometimes people get hurt. The doctors at Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation specialize in orthopedic surgery, joint replacement, foot and ankle reconstruction, hand and upper extremity surgery, sports medicine and rehabilitation, and game time medical services. With main offices near Wild Things Park and offices in Waynesburg, Charleroi, McMurray, and on Vanadium Road near St. Clair Hospital, you can count on Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation.
The Mariscotti Insurance Agency and the Mariscotti Funeral Home in California are proud to support students and families throughout the area. The Mariscotti family provides honest service with a commitment to excellence to families and businesses in Washington, Greene, and Fayette counties. For nearly 50 years, the Mariscotti family has served the community, and they look forward to the next 50 years. The Mariscotti Insurance Agency on 3rd Street and the Mariscotti Funeral Home on 4th Street, supporting the Bearcats, Bulldogs, Falcons, and Trojans.
Hi, this is Attorney John Patricic, and I've been your hometown attorney for nearly 30 years. Whether it be family law, the preparation of wills and powers of attorney, or the administration of an estate, I'm ready to assist you. I also represent clients on real estate matters including oil and gas, local government issues, contract disputes, and civil litigation, including personal injury. If you're looking for an experienced attorney, I have offices in Bentleyville and Washington. Call 724-239-2330 for a free consultation.
Back at Bentworth, 35-0, the Bearcats lead Avella. It is Preston Jaquay who's still being tended to by the Bentworth training staff. They ran and grabbed their big red training bag and continue to work on him. The entire Bentworth team has taken a knee here. Talking to head coach Dave Portash, asking him about the status of his team injury-wise. And, this season has been, relatively fortunate. And it's been a really good year for Bentworth. 7-2, cruising towards an 8-2 season. 6 points away from being 9-0, if you will.
Well, we had that discussion before the game started. In terms of Class A schools and the size of the roster, number one, and we talk about it every week. Every time we have a small school broadcast, when you lose a player. You don't lose one, you might lose three. That might be your offensive player, your defensive player, and a special teams contributor that is on the field, whereas in a larger school, you'd have two other kids that would be playing and doing that. But when he went down, he did not look like he was having a very good time. Looked like a lower leg injury, but I can't be sure because you can't see too much right now.
Yeah, Bentworth, 27 players on its roster. Avella, 21 players on its roster. Avella without Edward Crago tonight as well, who is a key player for Avella, offensive line, defensive line, things of that nature. And looks like a cast out of the bag here for Bentworth as well.
That's one of the things. That's one of the things that if you're in these games where it's 35, the clock is running. It's a very, very, very difficult coach's decision as to when you pull your team because you've got to get them and you got to keep them in game shape because you're anticipating you're going to play next week. But at the same time, you got to figure out who your players are that you don't want to play.
And with
barring
27 guys,
barring injury.
27 guys, you can't sit everyone.
Right.
Yeah, that certainly is the case. And we ended up talking with Dave Portash this week, and being in a lot of games up big at halftime, average score 35-7, and his philosophy, much like I've known football coaches with this philosophy, some teams that were really good that I covered over at Frostburg State, and they were top 10 in the country, national quarterfinals one of the years I was there, and we can't be used to coming out of the locker room and not playing in the second half.
Right.
We need to come out of the locker room and put together a drive on offense, put together a drive on defense before we even have that conversation.
Right. That's the general rule of thumb.
Yeah. Because as you advance, as you move on, it's not just one or the other in terms of, or you're never going to play half a game. You're going to play more than that. And with that, we see the ambulance making its way inside of the gates here at Bentworth and driving onto the field as well with Preston Jaquay being tended to as well. Jaquay scored the most recent touchdown for Bentworth, and they were making a lot of hay with his carries inside. And with that, we'll take another break. 3:31 to go in the third quarter, 35-0, Bentworth over Avella. This is the WJPA Sports Network presented by the CNX Foundation.
At Slovenian Savings and Loan, they understand you want convenience. That's why their mobile banking app allows you to bank from anywhere, anytime. They also know there's no substitute for personal, one-on-one service from someone who cares about you and your family. Founded on honesty, integrity, and trust in 1925, and that will never change. Big enough to serve, small enough to care. Slovenian Savings and Loan on Boone Avenue in Strabane. SlovenianSavingsandLoan.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
My dream field has a scoreboard with a giant TV.
My dream field has dugouts for our mascot to dance on.
My dream field has lights to play at night. And a duck pond.
CNX is making dream fields come true by donating millions of dollars throughout Appalachia. Nominate your field at cnx.com/dreamfields.
And as you can see, if you're watching on the stream, Preston Jaquay has been lifted up onto the stretcher device, and the whole entire Bentworth team has now made its way from the sideline to greet their senior fullback linebacker. Scored a touchdown tonight. Leader on the team on both sides of the ball. And we've got an update here. California has taken the lead on Carmichael's 20-14 at the end of the third quarter, so the Trojans potentially closing in on a Tri-County South championship. We'll see. There's still 12 minutes of football left to play over there. Our friends over at greensports.net providing the coverage tonight at Jefferson Morgan.
I have another update. It matters to me. I have 4 grandchildren in the Chartiers Houston School District, but the Chartiers Houston Buccaneers 49, Northgate 13 in the third quarter.
Wow, rolling. It's last week of the regular season here in the WPIAL. Teams are playing for postseason positioning, qualification, pride, all of the above. And tonight, Bentworth playing for a conference championship. This is a program looking to win its first WPIAL postseason game since 2005 and only its second overall. And if you're watching online, there's Ben Hayes, obviously emotional at the injury to his teammate and his classmate, Preston Jaquay, as he is loaded up into the ambulance. And
this is as quiet as I've ever seen a football field during a football game since I've been coaching.
Yep. And it's the medical personnel, the coaching staff, the referees all together here near midfield. Clock stopped at 3:31, was a running clock here in the second half at the injury. And this Bentworth team, not in danger of obviously dropping this game, but we'll need to regroup. As the ambulance makes its way back towards the gate, as the Bentworth team gathers together in prayer, by the looks of it here.
when he went down, he grabbed his leg when he went down. So, we kind of have surmised that it's a lower leg injury, but we'll have to wait until we get any kind of confirmation on that, and that probably won't be until the game is over.
Yeah, this is a Bentworth team that stayed relatively healthy. I know Alejandro Lecty. I see him on the sideline. He's in street clothes, and saw him play quite a bit against Carmichael's earlier this season. So, they've had guys nicked up here and there, unavailable. Lecty obviously for tonight, but that is a big one for Bentworth to sustain in this final week of the regular season, and this team will come together and have another week of practice and another game next Friday night, and we'll see if it's here or elsewhere. As Tri-County South champions, if it's a Jefferson Morgan win tonight, it will be here. However, as the second place team, it likely will be elsewhere, based on the recent history of the Tri-County South.
Well, there was an article in the paper today by Dugan.
What do you have to say?
The Observer about the thankless job that the selection committee has in terms of making the seedings. because basically, no matter what you do, somebody's going to have a gripe about where you are, who you're playing, where you're playing, or that you didn't get in, or that you got seated too high or too low. All the above.
All the above. It is a thankless job.
Yeah, you know what the old say, somebody got to do it.
Someone's got to do it.
So if they and the people that the people that sometimes look at it the most are coaches, who always are second guessed. And I've noticed lately, by lately I mean over the last 10, 12, 15 years, that coaches just say, hey, you got to beat teams, you got to beat teams. It doesn't matter who you're playing, you got to beat the team you're playing. Because if you're going to win a championship, you'd have to beat them anyway.
Oh, yeah. Well, at the end of the day, at the end of the line, you're either one of the big dogs or you're beating them. And we'll see here. So Bentworth will take the field now, 3:31 to go. 3rd and 8 here for the Bearcats on the Bentworth, or the Avella 49, that is. And it is Watson.
And it is still quiet.
Under center. And throw back to Bahana. And it was looking to be a double pass, but Bahana is dropped immediately by Rush. And so I see what Dave Portash was looking to do out of that stoppage.
Looked like a double pass.
Yeah.
Ball took a little bit too long to get to the outside receiver, and by the time he loaded up to throw the football, he had somebody on his legs. So and that's not a good situation to try to throw the ball deep.
Oh, no. So the first time tonight we'll see Caden Hackinson as a punter. He's 5 for 5 on PATs here today. Back to return, I see both Bryce Wright and Noah Kimberland. Hackinson angles his kick left, and it will trickle out of bounds.
Barely.
Several bounces. That's an effective punt there.
Barely. That kind of it was kind of looking like a bunt going down the third baseline, trying to figure out whether it was going to stay in bounds.
Uh-huh. So Avella takes over.
And the clock will move now.
Continues to roll.
Excuse me.
2:16 to go. Third quarter, 35-0 Bentworth. Avella takes over on its own 27-yard line. Let's see here. They're going to keep rolling with Johnny Urbania.
Freshman played a whole second half last week against Jefferson Morgan.
Yeah. Kimberland in motion and gets the give going left. Not a lot of room there. He'll lose 2 yards.
Urbania, 6'2", 200-pound freshman.
Yeah, he's the future.
And he's got size and 3 more years to play.
Yeah, him and Rush will share the backfield next year. Unfortunately for Avella, farewell to Wright, farewell to Kimberland, farewell to a number of these linemen. And Avella, last year, 3-7, no one was talking about, their schedule and all this. The same schedule. They won 6 games this year. They definitely took a step forward.
Sure.
2 wings, tossed to right, going right, turns back, and he's going to be dropped for another loss. Bahana is there on the edge as a defensive back.
Tried to get outside to the right side. A little toss sweep, but good pursuit by Bentworth, and wrapped up by 3 or 4, maybe 5 yellow jerseys.
3rd and 12 here for Avella. 40 seconds left in this third quarter, trailing 35-0.
It's more than 12.
You're right. I call it 3rd and 17. Again, Urbania under center, 2 wing backs and a fullback. He'll pass. Short drop. Throwing left side. Caught by Wright. Tackled by Ayers, but it's enough for a first down.
Good throw, good catch.
That'll do it for the third quarter. Bentworth 35, Avella nothing. We'll go to the fourth here on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by the CNX Foundation.
Alex Paris Contracting has been in business since 1928. They're in the heart of the Marcellus Shale on Route 18 in Atlasburg. Call Alex Paris for any contracting job, sewer, water, civil, or any oil and gas project. With over 600 pieces of heavy equipment, over 400 employees, all support equipment, and separate environmental company, they'll adapt and complete any project. Call Alex Paris Contracting, 724-947-2235. Learn more at alexparis.com.
Hi, I'm Scott Day from the Day Insurance Agency here in Washington. When was the last time you reviewed your homeowner's policy? In recent years, the price of homeowners insurance has gone up dramatically. In fact, some companies have raised their rates by as much as 35% in the last year. If you haven't reviewed your coverage lately, now is the time. You might be surprised at how much you can save. Call us at 724-228-3448. Visit us online at dayinsurance.com or stop by one of our offices in Washington or Hickory.
Boy, checking some scores around here. Seton LaSalle up 21-14 on Wash High. And then the big one in the Tri-County South, California pulling away 28-14 over Jefferson Morgan. That one in the fourth quarter. JM needs to turn it on if the Rockets are to pull it out. Bentworth rooting heavily for Jefferson Morgan, as it's going to be a 1st and 10 here for Avella on the Eagle 39-yard line. Shotgun formation for Urbania. Low snap, he picks it up off the ground, but is immediately swarmed. 4 yellow jerseys. And they'll drop him for about a 7-yard loss.
Tell you what, the game's hard enough for everybody involved when the snap is perfect and everything, before you start to run the play it goes. But when you have to search around on the ground for the ball because it came back at your feet, not a good situation to be in.
Call it 2nd and 16 from the 33 here for Avella after the low snap and the quick tackle. They go from the shotgun back to the 1 fullback, 2 wingback set. Urbania right in motion. Give us to the fullback, Davis. And not a lot of room there. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
Davis ran a little guard trap up inside. I think he had some running room, but he bent it. He turned it back to the right side a little too long. That ball, you got to get vertical a little bit on those guard traps before you get back behind the block. And he went right away and just ran into the blocking.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 16 here for Avella, trailing 35-0. 10:45 left in the fourth from the Avella 33. Again, under center is Urbania. 2 wingbacks, it's Wright and Kimberland. Back to pass. Left flat, it's caught by Wright. Gets to the sideline and he's pushed out. Doesn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage. So it'll be 4th and 10 plus here for Avella.
Little throw out to the flat that time. Catches the ball, goes out of bounds. And it's 4th and long.
Wright, who caught the last pass, he's also their punter. And he'll go back into that punt formation.
And Bentworth has opted not to put anybody back. Well, they're putting somebody
There's
back
Bahana.
now.
Yeah. Bahana will drift back. Wright puts it away, and he angles it out of play to the left side. So 3 consecutive punts here. Bentworth takes over, 9:40 left in the fourth quarter, leading 35-0.
They're going to mark it at about the 38-yard line, I think. And Avella's been consistent about kicking the football. Hayes was not deep, and they still kicked it out of bounds.
New career tackles record. It is Braden Taggart for Bentworth. The senior linebacker also plays left guard for the Bearcats. And so a couple record breakers on this Bentworth team, some seniors, classmates of Preston Jaquay. This is a special senior class for this Bentworth program. As Watson's still in the game at quarterback. A couple guys in the backfield. Fakes the toss, gives to Ayers out of the wing spot. And Ayers won't get much there. Maybe just back to the line of scrimmage. And he'll lose a yard.
Ran a little wing back counter to the backside. Made it look like a toss sweep coming right. Hands it to the wing back underneath, going back across the grain. But Avella, good discipline on the backside, able to make the play for about a 1-yard loss.
2nd and 11. Clock ticks down to 8:15 to go in the fourth quarter. Talking to head coach Dave Pordash about this team. This team was really, really fired up for the season that it's had, coming in with an enthusiasm to practice every day. And Bentworth's known around this area as a quote-unquote soccer school, if you will, for good reason. Next play is a run up the middle. Not much doing there. Croson just back to the line of scrimmage. Bentworth boys soccer, the number 1 seed, already into the semifinals. They'll play Beaver County Christian on Monday. Girls soccer also still in the postseason mix, and so there's not too many schools, especially 1A out there, that are known for more than one good fall sport on the boys' side or the girls' side.
Well, I've seen Bentworth play soccer, and they've got a couple really good players.
Oh, yeah.
And they probably were going to be a 1 or a 2 seed in the state meet if they win the Whippeals.
And even if they don't win the Whippeal, they'll, as a top 3 team, they have a very real chance to make some noise, as this is a toss left. And that's Hayes, you can tell by the speed of the moves. He gets up to the first down marker on 3rd and 10.
And I'm surprised he's still in the football game at 6 minutes to go, up 35-0, clock running.
Well, they use him to move the chains. We'll see here. Watson not in a big rush. 6:45 left in this one. 35-zip Bentworth. Bearcats up to their 49-yard line. We've only had 1 score in the second half, and that was Preston Jaquay's 5. And Jaquay really carried that drive. They kept feeding him on the inside give, as everyone was watching Hayes out in the left slot and in motion. Hayes again, and he's brought down by Kramer.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons you might not want him in the football game right there. He got picked up and put right in his back.
Wouldn't be surprised if Kramer also wrestles for Avella.
That didn't look like a good that's exactly what it looked like. It looked like a takedown.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Good form tackle.
Yeah, 1-yard gain there. Clock continues to wind. 5:40 and ticking. 2nd and 9 here at midfield.
The play
Bentworth.
clock's down to 6.
They got to line up and get snapped.
Yep, he called timeout before the clock ran out.
So even with the running clock, timeout will stop the clock. And this doesn't need to be a lengthy timeout for Bentworth. Just call the play, or as they say in the NFL, this is a 30-second timeout, a.k.a. with TV doesn't need this.
Yeah.
Neither do we right now in terms of our obligations. Yeah, Bentworth, looking at that score over in Jefferson, 28-14 California. It may not break their way tonight, but first 8-win season since 1986, that's not nothing. That's for sure. And to be second place all alone in the Tri-County South, you're a 9 seed, you're a 10 seed, you're an 11 seed. California won as a 10 seed last year in the bracket, so we'll see. And again, this is a Bentworth team. If it's an 8-2 season, it's 6 points away from a 10-0 season, 4 points away from a 9-1 season, and 2 points away from a 9-1 season. So, yeah, a team that was under the radar to start the year, and certainly is accomplished its goals of finishing top 3 in the conference and making its way to the postseason. Next on the goals list is to win a game. Jacob Kavanaugh, backup quarterback in the shotgun, hands it off to Bryce Croson. Well, that timeout right there, that was the time that Dave Pordash said, okay, we're gonna mix some personnel here. You see 30 in at quarterback, you see 21 in the – and Croson scored the game's first touchdown. But
well, that wasn't called by the coaching staff. That was called by his quarterback because he didn't have a play in time to run the play, or else he'd have run the play, I think.
Uh-huh. But with the timeout, they switched it.
With the timeout, now they've substituted some people.
Yep. Let me get my roster here just in case, as it is Kavanaugh under center. 3rd and 10 here for Bentworth on its own 49-yard line, pardon me. 35-zip Bearcats. Toss to the right to Krausen. And he is ripped down by Kramer.
Good job by Kramer.
He's all over the place.
Yeah, he's played pretty well tonight.
And again, he's left tackle on the offensive line. Well, that's an interesting one here tonight. Talking about key players for both teams. I've got one in mind for our Washington County Player of the Game. As we tick down to the 4-minute mark. It's going to be 4th and 9 here at midfield for Bentworth.
And you're going to have a punting situation.
Tyler Paquette, this is the backup punter as well for Bentworth. Hey, he'll put one off in the air. Caught by Kimberland. Running start inside his own 20. Gets past the 30. Inside the 25. Gets past the 30. So 4 straight punts back and forth.
Good punt
Avella
that time.
takes over.
Good punt that time. Kimberland did a nice job bringing the ball back.
So we'll spot it at the Avella 32. 35-0 Bentworth over Avella.
3:14, 3:13 clock running.
And Bentworth just over 3 minutes away from first 8-win season since 1986. And we'll see what kind of seed the Bearcats get, as they will immediately pivot to scoreboard watching. Unfortunately, Cal may ruin their chances for that conference title. And that's a bad snap on the grass, and we'll see who recovers it. Oh, yep, it is definitely Bentworth. Cameron Creechy.
Again, that ball rolled back to the quarterback at his feet, unable to pick it up.
So Bentworth
We've had trouble
takes
with
over.
that for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, Avella 30. So that is, 3 fumbles lost for Avella, along with an interception. So 4 takeaways for this Bentworth team. Bentworth, they're going to finish the season with 8 wins. 4 will be by shutout if this score holds. And, a running clock, 1:55 to go. It certainly should remain that way. They're going to burn a timeout here, Bentworth will, unless they reset the play clock.
Delay a game against the Bearcats.
Won't even use the timeout. We'll take the delay of game.
Looks like both these teams want the game to be over with.
And here comes Watson. And it may just be to kneel down.
The hardest, coaching-wise, the hardest thing that you have to do is when you're doing something specialized. When you're doing something specialized, and you have your special teams have to kick, and your first group is out. You know, in high school, in college, you have
punt team,
kickoff teams. You know, onside hands team. You know, for the kickoffs, but for the situation that you have here, you know, now you got to sit on the ball. You know, you would have thought that both teams offensively would have been able to do that. You know, you just bring your two receivers in, put your backs back and a guy deep, and you're good. But the toughest thing is your punt team. You know, and normally that's why you can't have, when you substitute, you can't have your first group sit back on the bench, not keeping track of the game.
Especially with 27 guys.
That's the reason. That's the reason. You can't have them sitting on the bench because they could be called in 3 plays later because you have to punt the football.
And Watson takes the snap and kneels it down on first down. Clock ticks under a minute to go. Final 55 seconds here from Bentworth as the Bearcats are about to complete an 8-2 regular season and get out of here with a win. Unfortunately for Bentworth, the loss of Preston Jaquay due to injury certainly puts a damper on what otherwise was a kind of rollicking evening here for Bentworth. Senior night, you know, fireworks coming out to the field, and that kneel down will do it as these final 20 seconds will run out. Bentworth takes care of business here. 35-0 to complete an 8-2 season. Avella will end its regular season at 6-4 overall. Bentworth will pivot to checking the score on Jefferson Morgan in California. Trojans were up 28-14 at last check. We'll step aside and then we'll recap real quick. We'll pick our player of the game and get you going here on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by the CNX Foundation.
Get your name out there with Bell Print and Stitch in Bentleyville. Whether it's your business, your school, your team, whatever group or organization, Bell Print and Stitch does digital printing, including banners and vehicle graphics. They'll put your logo on anything with embroidery, heat press vinyl, or screen printing, all at competitive prices. Need an online fundraising spirit store? Call 724-207-3408. Bell Print and Stitch on Main Street in Bentleyville. See more on Facebook.
Friday Night Lights brings our communities together, but too many families in Washington County are being torn apart by opioid addiction. I'm County Commissioner Nick Sherman, and I want you to know you're not alone. Help is here. If you or someone you love is struggling, call our confidential hotline today at 724-228-1234. Together we can fight addiction and build a strong future for Washington County. 724-228-1234.
Working overtime on your business needs? With First Federal of Greene County's Commercial Lending Department, your next step is closer than you think. From real estate secured purchases to refinancing, your loan starts and stays here. And now First Federal is offering business basic checking, business statement savings, and merchant services. First Federal will help you take care of business. For more information, visit online at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Bentworth 35, Avella nothing. The Bearcats' first 8-win season since 1986. They are guaranteed at least second place in the Tri-County South, depending on the result of California and Jefferson Morgan. We'll let you know if that goes final in the next 2 minutes as we wrap up. Bentworth jumped out to a 28-0 halftime lead. Bryce Krausen, a 12-yard touchdown run, a pair of touchdown passes to Caden Ayers, a 58-yard touchdown run by Ben Hayes, and then in the second half, a 5-yard touchdown run by Preston Jaquay brought it to 35-0. 4 takeaways by this Bentworth defense, and we have a final. It is California over Jefferson Morgan, over at Jefferson Morgan in the Tri-County South. So the Trojans are 36-14 winners, meaning Bentworth finishes second, Jefferson Morgan finishes third. Thank you to our friends over at greensports.net for that. And so it was Jaquay with the final touchdown, 4 takeaways, and it was all Bentworth tonight. Yes, sir.
From the get-go. You know, they basically scored in the first possession after a block punt and never really looked back. Weren't real sharp. Weren't able to spring Hayes except for one play. But other guys stepped up and made the plays that needed to make. Got the clock running in the third quarter, and they end up doing what they needed to do. And now they'll sit back and wait and see where they go and who they play.
Yep. Speaking of other guys stepping up, it's time to recognize our player of the game, brought to you by the Washington County College Center, operated by Community College of Beaver County.
Start strong and stay local. CCBC's Washington County College Center gives you the edge to get ahead. High school students can learn to fly before they drive with our Aviation Academy. If helping others is what you do, let us help you. Advance from LPN to RN and open new doors in your healthcare career. Or get ahead in college by earning general education credits. No matter your path, we're here to help you move forward. Learn more at ccbcwashington.com.
And our player of the game, brought to you by Washington County College Center, operated by Community College of Beaver County. It is Caden Ayers for Bentworth. A 9-yard touchdown catch, a 66-yard touchdown catch, an interception, and a fumble recovery.
Did it on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, it was all over the place.
That's what you need to be able to do, and he certainly deserves the honor.
Yep. Caught it and ran it, the long touchdown, had an interception in the end zone, timely plays, and really for this Bentworth team moving forward, whoever they run into next week will know everything and anything to know about Ben Hayes and will be keyed to shutting him down. That'll do it for us here from the WJPA Sports Network. I'm Andy Snago, joined by Bill Duquette with Jason Tennant producing, Dacia Skolnekovich, and Chris Fox on cameras. This is the WJPA Sports Network. And we are presented by First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. People you know, people you can trust. Washington County Human Services. Take the first step toward a healthier life. Call 724-228-1234. Bell Print and Stitch. Digital print, embroidery, design, and fundraising. Bell Print and Stitch in Bentleyville and on Facebook. Day Insurance Agency on East Main Street, Washington. On Main Street, Hickory. OnlineDayInsurance.com, celebrating more than a half-century of service. Alex Paris Contracting, a commitment to quality and service exceeding expectations. CNX Dreamfields, making your dream field come true. Slovenian Savings and Loan, big enough to serve, small enough to care. Attorney John Patricic, nearly 30 years of experience, giving your case the attention it deserves. Mariscotti Insurance Agency and Mariscotti Funeral Home in California, proud to support students and families throughout the area. Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation and Advanced Surgical Hospital. Washington Financial Bank, for 125 years, proud to be the bank that gets you. Quality Quick Printing, your Team Spirit printing headquarters since 1978. Online at qualquick.com. Washington County College Center, operated by the Community College of Beaver County. This has been the WJPA Sports Network, presented by the CNX Foundation.